It's time for the PIAA Class 3A Boys Basketball Championship game between the West Catholic Birds and the Trinity Shamrocks. The PIAA Basketball Championships on the PIAA Radio Network is brought to you by the NFHS Network. With the call of the game from the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, here's Eric Thomas and Rich Scarcella.
This afternoon from Giant Center, the PIAA Class 3A Boys Basketball Championship is up for grabs. It is the defending state champion, the West Catholic Birds, out of the Philadelphia Catholic League, taking on one of the mainstays in the PIAA, the Trinity Shamrocks, 26-2 out of District 3. Eric Thomas and Rich Scarcella with you here courtside on the PIAA Radio Network. West Catholic makes it here last year, beats maybe the hottest team in the state in South Allegheny to win their state title. They've got one of the best players in the state in Kingston Wheatley. We'll talk about him in a moment. They present quite the challenge here this afternoon for this Trinity Shamrocks team.
Yeah, West Catholic last year in the final championship game trailed South Allegheny 17-2 before coming back and winning by 9. So impressive in that game. James Lewis is in his first season as head coach at West Catholic. He's coached at other schools. He tells us he coached 13 Division I players in 9 years as a head coach. Kingston Wheatley is their leading player. He is an outstanding player. He's averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds a game. This is going to be a difficult game for Trinity because West Catholic is very athletic, as you might imagine, coming out of the Philadelphia Catholic League. And they've really kind of run through their half of the bracket in 4A, winning 3 games by comfortable margins. We just had one really close game, but they like to dictate pace. They will do whatever it takes offensively and defensively.
To get to this point, West Catholic, it's not about the victory over Notre Dame Green Pond. It's the fact they started that game 10 of 12 they scored to start the game. They scored 10 of their first 12 possessions in that game. What does Trinity have to do? Because we're told West Catholic can play really any style. What does Trinity have to do to slow that down?
Well, according to Coach Larry Kostelak, they've got to rebound defensively. They cannot allow West Catholic to get second shots. Yasai Rozier is their leading rebounder, West Catholics, with 8.3 rebounds a game. Larry told us, I asked him, can you give me 3 keys? He said defensive rebounding, and defensive rebounding. So that's going to be paramount to the Shamrocks.
I wonder if defensive rebounding might be on his mind here this afternoon. This West Catholic team does average 8.5 offensive rebounds per game. West Catholic is trying to get a third state title rather. They won in 23 and 25. Today's their third appearance, 19-7 overall in the PIAA tournament. They've won 9 straight PIAA playoff games, including 14 of their last 15. For the Shamrocks, they are back in the state title game for the first time since 2019. A lot of people remember that game because Chance Westry, who is now in Division I, had an opportunity to win that game at the buzzer from the very corner that Trinity is standing in right now to send that game the Shamrocks' way, but missed on a 3-pointer at the end of regulation. But they've been here before. Today's their 7th appearance. 72-30 all-time in the PIAA tournament. That is a remarkable number. Not quite Chester Aliquippa numbers, but that is about as good as it gets and the most out of District 3. Their path to get here, they went through Mohawk, they went through Forest Hills, they went through Bishop Guilfoyle, a team that they handled twice this season. And they've got some pretty good players on their own. We'll start with the point guard, Dre Steele.
Yeah, Dre Steele is an outstanding guard. Leading scorer, averaging 15.5 a game. Just has great vision. He's receiving interest from mid-major schools. He has started every game in these last 3 seasons. He's a junior, so every game in his career he has started. Trinity has a great history in District 3. Larry Kostelak has been on the job for a long time. He's got 873 wins, and as Eric mentioned, 2 PIAA titles.
Yeah, he is in his 42nd season as the head coach of the Shamrocks. Coached briefly at Cumberland Valley before moving over to Trinity, and it's been one for the history books ever since. And he is 68 years old, won his 800th game in the PIAA tournament against Vox back in 2023. That was his 800th career win as head coach, and he has had a fun run here in this postseason. Some big games from a couple of the guys. Marcus Yeager namely won 31 points against Mohawk in the quarterfinal round, or in the second round rather. That game played at Richlands in Johnstown a couple of weeks ago, and he has been phenomenal for this team, so we'll keep an eye on him throughout the day. The starting five for the Shamrocks, it's going to be Dre Steele, one of only 4 players in school history to start all games since his freshman year. 83 points in 4 PIAA tournament games and 27 made field goals in the PIAA tournament. Nike Craig also shooting very hot in this tournament. 29 of 38 in the PIAA tournament, 6 of 6 in the semifinal against Bishop Guilfoyle a couple nights ago. Marcus Yeager is headed to Richmond for football. He's an edge rusher. We talked about his 31-point game against the Mohawk Warriors, who were the #1 team in the state for a while this season. Nick Smith, the 6'3 junior, one of the best defenders on this Trinity team, though it's going to be Liam Sexton, the 6'7 power forward, the senior headed to Kutztown for baseball, who will guard Kingston Wheatley for West Catholic this afternoon. Shamrocks again 26-2 on the season. District 3 champs yet again as they win another one here this season. For West Catholic, Rakeem Johnson, the sophomore 5'10 point guard, is averaging 6.6 points a game. It's going to be Kingston Wheatley. We'll talk a lot about him today. Headed to Florida Gulf Coast to play for former Penn State head coach Pat Chambers, averaging 16.5 a game. Nair Farlow, 7.5 points on the season. And Xavier Fontroy averaging 4.6 a game. We'll also see a couple of other good guards that come off the bench. Eric Scott and Jaden Ortiz Muhammad will also see plenty of time here this afternoon. It's a good crowd here. There is another local team that will play later tonight in the 6A championship game, the Central Dauphin Rams. So a lot of faithful will stick around for the evening session. This is the second of 4 games here today on the final day of the high school basketball season. And no better way than to have a defending champ and one of the mainstays in the PIAA tournament, the Trinity Shamrocks.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to make a point. This is a great matchup. Trinity lost to South Allegheny last year in the quarterfinals, and Larry Kostlik says they didn't want to leave the locker room, and they made it a point to focus on next season, that they didn't want their season to end before the state final. And Larry tells us he knew in a summer showcase tournament down in Philadelphia, he knew that this team had the potential to be special. Same thing with West Catholic. West Catholic, James Lewis tells us there was a point mid-season as they were getting better that he realized that this team could get back here again, even though they have one returning starter, Kingston Wheatley. And so far, he said the last 3 games they played exceptionally well.
For Trinity this afternoon, I think one of the keys in this game, too, is going to be their length, not just with Sexton at 6'7", but Yeager is 6'3", Smith is 6'3", Craig is 6'3". You're going to need that type of length to battle this West Catholic team. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to tip it off here from Giant Center. It's the Boys 3A Championship game, and it comes your way next on the PIAA Radio Network.
Get ready for Hoops Fest, the Mid-Atlantic region's largest outdoor 3-on-3 basketball tournament for all ages on Saturday, July 18th. Downtown Altoona, Pennsylvania transforms into a street basketball paradise with hundreds of teams and thousands of players and fans from multiple states. We offer divisions for every age and skill level. Register your team now at hoopsfest.net. Registration is open, so secure your spot for Hoops Fest, the can't-miss basketball event of the summer.
Fans, you can have it in white, chocolate, strawberry, or practically any flavor you like. It's the beauty of milk, and no other drink quenches a king-size thirst like milk. After practice, reach beyond the colas and other drinks, and get your hands on a tall, cold glass of milk and enjoy. Whole milk, whole nutrition. The PIAA thanks the Allied Milk Producers of Pennsylvania for supplying our athletes with delicious chocolate milk for their bus rides home after today's championships.
Right now, PIAA fans can save big on Big Ten Plus. Stream the 2026-2027 Big Ten men's and women's basketball with 2,700 more events across the Big Ten this season. Go to Big10Plus.com and make sure you enter the code PIAABB when selecting an annual pass at checkout to secure 1 year of Big 10 Plus for only $30, a $60 value.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at Giant Center, it is a partisan green and white crowd for the Shamrocks here this afternoon. It's going to be a partisan green and white crowd coming up later tonight, too, when the Central Dauphin Rams are in town to take on Imhotep in the 6A Boys Championship game. Between that, we'll have the 5A Girls Championship game coming up next. It's Archbishop Wood and South Fayette. The boys officials here today, David Shinsky, Brett William Reiter, and Paul Puello will have the honors of this championship contest. Trinity will be in their home whites with the green trim and the green numerals, and West Catholic will be in their blue uniforms with the gold numbers and gold trim. And Trinity will attack the basket to our left to begin this contest. And I'll tell you what, when we were talking earlier this afternoon to James Lewis, he is not shy to tell you about how good of a head coach he is.
He is not. Yeah, he made that very clear. He took over as he was an assistant coach for several years here, but he was a head coach before that. And, we asked him, hey, does it help that you guys were here last year? And he kind of he thought it was about him. And he said, well, I was, really involved in the coaching, but he's very confident, not shy at all.
Sexton and Wheatley to tap it at center, and the tip is controlled by the Shamrocks. It's Smith off the jump. He gets it off to Dre Steele on the left side. Steele works across the Giant Center logo midcourt, hands it off to Yeager. Now to Smith. It's Steele once again. Steele straight away. Pull up three-pointer on the way for Steele is short, and the rebound is run down by Yasir Rozier. So right away, he collects his first rebound of the afternoon.
Yeah, quick shot there by Dre Steele. Just a little short. Trinity in a zone here to start. Looks like a 1-2-2 with Sexton at the top of it.
West Catholic does not shoot the three well. Trying to force them into this, but James Lewis said they will play any style they have to try to win this game here this afternoon. Johnson with it on the near side. Top of the circle, it goes to Rozier. Now off to the far side, Ortiz Mohammed. Now again Johnson. Wheatley yet to have a touch. There he is. Nope, slipped it inside. That was trying to get to Rozier, and Trinity comes away with a turnover. Steele across the Giant Center logo to the right side. Gets it to Smith. Smith crossover dribble back to Steele. Try to feed it to the baseline, and it's out of bounds and back to West Catholic with 6:56 to go in the opening quarter.
Looks like the Burrs are in a matchup or zone, combination zone, but it's extended, pressuring the ball.
Jaden Ortiz Mohammed brings it up the floor for the Burrs. Rozier now to the corner of the side. It goes to Johnson. It went inside briefly to Wheatley there, really trying to feed it into him, but Yeager's doing a nice job on him. Hop step in the lane by Johnson, and it falls off the side of the rim. Steal a rebound. In transition go the Shamrock. Steele down the floor, pushing it, swatted out of there by Wheatley.
Oh, my.
Who ran the floor effectively and caught up from behind. It's going to stay Trinity possession, a minute and a half gone in this first quarter.
That was great leaping ability and great instincts, because I thought Steele had a path to the basket, and out of nowhere, Wheatley swatted it away.
I warned you, if it goes to the rafters, that young man will try to go get it every single time. He is that kind of player. As Craig has it, now they'll reset things with Smith. Hand it off to Steele at the Giant Center logo to the right side, and now he comes back to the left. Steele hands it off Yeager. Yeager top of the circle, foul line, tied up, gets it to Sexton, now back to Steele, head fake, pull up three-pointer on the way for Steele. In and out, got the roll, and it falls, and it's 3-0 Trinity with 6:08 to go in the opening quarter.
Nice look there. Sexton with the dish to the left wing, and Steele buried it.
Ortiz Mohammed and Johnson together on the far side along with Rozier. Again, they're trying to get it to Wheatley, and now he comes up top to set a screen, but they don't use it. To the corner, And then back to Ortiz Muhammad. Top of the circle, bounce pass over to Johnson on the far side. To the far corner it goes. They get it inside Rozier. Rozier is tied up, and there's the length of the Shamrocks. Smith comes away with it, slips through everybody. Smith to the glass, and it's blocked from behind again by Kingston Wheatley.
But it's a foul. They called Wheatley on the foul. Push from behind.
As Smith crashed into one of the cameramen underneath the bucket. That foul is on Wheatley. It'll be his first and the team first.
Wow.
That will send Nick Smith to the line. Actually, no, non-shooting foul. Now, hold on a second here. They are going to line up.
They have to be shooting.
Yeah, that was a little confusing there because they're all stepping away from the line. It was a shooting foul, and Smith will step up to shoot two. Surprising, Nick Smith has done the work of guarding the best player on the opposite team for most of the season, but Larry Kostelak said Wheatley is too big for him, so that's why they went with Sexton on Wheatley early as Smith made the first, and it's 4-0 Trinity with 5:35 to go in the first quarter.
Already a substitution for West Catholic into the game. Xavier Fontroy comes in for, looks like, in for Johnson. Yep.
Yes, you are correct, sorry.
That's all right.
Xavier Fontroy into the game as Johnson will bring it across half court. Throws the thumb up in the air to call out the play. Wheatley comes up top, gets the pass between the circles. Now it's Johnson to the right side. Fontroy now back to Johnson. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. It is 5-0 Trinity. Lob pass to the corner. Farlow now goes to Rozier, back to Wheatley. Wheatley at the elbow extended, drives in the lane, is contacted hard as Yeager trips over him. Foul's going to be on Trinity the first, and that'll reset things here for West Catholic with 5:10 to go in the quarter.
It's not surprisingly, Wheatley's drawing a lot of attention in that Trinity zone everywhere he goes. That time he had a little crease, but he got to the basket, but he got fouled.
Inbound Johnson to trigger it inside to Rozier. Catch went up between Sexton and another defender. Somehow got the rebound. West Catholic keeps it alive. Wheatley in the corner, guarded by Yeager, who's right up on him. Now Johnson right side. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. And corner it goes, Fontroy. Fontroy backs it out, Johnson.
Travel.
And a travel called on West Catholic and Johnson with 4:55 to go. Turnover back to Trinity as Jaden Ortiz Muhammad will come back in for the Burrs.
James Lewis uses 6 players, and it looks like he's going to be rotating them in quite a bit throughout the game.
Steele will bring it across half court for Trinity. There's a double team. They get it to Sexton on the far side.
And then they move back.
Liam gets it to the corner and Smith. Smith, skip pass across the way to Yeager. Yeager spins on Rozier, bodies him up. Baseline floater is
got
good.
the roll.
Sure did. Marcus Yeager continues his hot play in the postseason. 7-0 Trinity with 4.5 to go in the first quarter.
Shamrocks could not have asked for a better start.
Farlow on the far side, skip across, Fontroy, head fake, now he pulls it back. Ortiz Muhammad, straightaway three-pointer on the way, banks off the glass. Wheatley flies in there, somehow got the rebound, lost the ball, goes around Craig, and then slipping it to Rozier, and there's a foul on the Shamrocks, and that will be on Marcus Yeager, his first and the team's second. As Rakeem Johnson will come back in for West Catholic. 4:12 to go in the first quarter. It's still a touchdown lead for the Shamrocks. West Catholic has started 0 for 3, and Wheatley ends that with a three-pointer from the corner. It's 7-3 Trinity as Wheatley gets his team on the board. Now they set up their full court man as Steele goes across half court, carried it.
Yep.
And that'll turn it back over to West Catholic with 3:59 to go in the first quarter, and that will send us to the under 4 timeout. 7-3 Trinity in front of West Catholic here in the PIAA 3A boys title game on the PIAA radio network.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
If you think you can make the calls, become a PIAA official. Make some extra cash, stay in shape, and enjoy interscholastic sports, all while making a difference in your community. Head to PIAA.org for more information.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
The PIAA Radio Network is brought to you by Wayne Bank, your hometown bank proudly serving communities across Pennsylvania for more than 150 years.
Trinity with a 4-point lead to start this game, shooting 2 of 4 from the floor. West Catholic's only field goal a moment ago, the Kingston Wheatley three-pointer, and it's 7-3 Shamrocks with 3:59 to go in the opening frame.
Looks like Trinity is going to stay in this 3-2 zone. Maybe a 1. No, it's a 3-2 with Sexton, the tall, rangy Sexton, out in front of it.
West Catholic does not really shoot the ball well. 42% overall field goal percentage is not bad, but there is a slight differential in their defensive field goal percentage at 44%. However, the Burrs only shoot 28% from three-point territory, and opposing teams shooting 30. So Trinity's idea here, try to make them shoot, might not be a bad one. It's West Catholic's possession to start here after the timeout. Johnson to the corner, Wheatley slips around Craig and Smith. And it's picked off with Sexton at the top of that defense. So there you go, that 6'7" height paying off. Yeager puts it on the floor with his left hand, drives, left-handed layup.
Right against Wheatley.
Good, and Marcus Yeager's been doing that all postseason, using that big football frame at 6'3" to get the 9-3 advantage for the Shamrocks. Johnson on the far side, Ortiz Muhammad. Now it's Rozier between the circles, back to Ortiz Muhammad. On the far block to Wheatley, back out, three-pointer on the way, Ortiz Muhammad, long, rebound, tap by Smith to the corner, and Yeager runs it down and throws it off of Rozier out of bounds. Rozier was standing out of bounds, and Yeager knew he couldn't hold on to it quite well, so he tossed it off the defender, and it's Trinity possession.
So far, Trinity has done a pretty good job preventing second chances for West Catholic. That was one of the biggest keys for Larry Kostelek.
Inbound is going to go up the floor to Yeager. Whips it over to Steele, lost it. Sexton runs it down, and now Steele has it on the far corner. Head fake. Steele needs help, gets it to Smith. Smith goes through everybody, glides to the glass and lays it in, and it's 9-3, 11-3 Trinity with 2:51 to go in the
James
first
Lewis
quarter.
wants a timeout.
Yeah, he is begging for the timeout, and he'll get it. 32nd timeout called by the West Catholic head coach with 2:46 to go, and his team trailing right now 11-3. So far, rebounds are even, so we've discussed that and how important that's going to be. Really, it's Trinity's ability to get to the bucket, and they're shooting right now.
Right. I mean, Yeager challenged Wheatley a few minutes ago and went to the basket with his left hand and scored. They're very quick. Trinity looks like they can match West Catholic in quickness, and we weren't sure about that going into this.
Yeah, and Dre Steele, who has been red hot in this tournament. We talked about the 83 points he has scored in 4 PIAA tournament games. The 4 players who have started every game for Trinity include Owen Schlager, who is at Siena. Although he did not play much this season, broke a rib early on in the season, came back from the injury, and then re-injured the same rib. So he has been out for a while, missed that awesome NCAA tournament run by Siena to push Duke the other day. And he is one of the best players that Trinity has had. And Larry Kostelek had said going into the second round matchup with Mohawk, he's like, a lot of people didn't think we were going to be as good as we are this season because we lost our best player from a season ago. They're actually record-wise better this year and made a deeper run this year without Schlager in the lineup.
Yeah, he said when they played in that Philly Live tournament, it's such a big summer event, that they played against some quality opponents, and he had the feeling that this Trinity team could do something special this season, and they have. They're here in the state final.
Had to go through the western side of the state as the District 3 champion, and did so rather easily, if I do say so myself. Wheatley off the restart, 2:30 to go. Wheatley has it now. Johnson right side, drives on the right lane. Great fake, is fouled by Nike. Craig and muscled that in.
That's a really nice drive by Johnson.
And Craig will pick up the foul, his first of the afternoon. And for Trinity, that's going to be their team third with 2:24 to go in the first.
With the Shamrocks paying so much attention to Wheatley, Johnson and some other people, they have to step up offensively.
It's just the second made field goal for West Catholic in this contest. 2 of 6 to open the game. Johnson, first free throw attempt for the Burrs, and it's good. 11-6, Trinity in front as Steele gets it off the inbound. 2:20 to go in the quarter. Steele across half court, speeds it up, kicks it out to the corner. Three-pointer on the way, and it hits the side of the rim for Robert Lewis. Sexton the rebound. Sexton trying to body everybody up, turns and shoots and scores.
Strong move by Liam Sexton, headed to Kutztown University right now to pitch in baseball.
2.07 ERA, and he gets 2 points for the Shamrocks. 13-6, Trinity in front. Johnson lobs it to the corner. Fontroy now back to Johnson. Minute 50 to go. Johnson knifes his way down the lane, kicks it out to the corner. Fontroy open three, hits the side of the rim, and there's Sexton once again. Steele is met by Fontroy, goes by him. Dre spins at half court, speeds it up again. Steele, oh my goodness, what a move to the bucket.
Strong move by Dre Steele.
And he is fouled with 1:33 to go in the quarter. And Dre Steele will go back to the line to shoot 2. His team up by 7. West Catholic had talked about dictating pace. It was polar opposite conversations with the coaches as Steele makes the first. It was Larry saying we have to be a better defensive rebounding team, control the pace, those kind of things, make them one and done. And West Catholic basically, James Lewis saying the exact opposite.
We'll adjust to whatever. Right now, one of the keys from Larry Kostelek was dictating tempo, and right now Trinity is doing that.
Yeah, they really are. They've had some big runs in the postseason. 15-6 Shamrocks after both makes by Steele. 1:27 to go in the quarter. Farlow has it for West Catholic, dribbling just outside the Giant Center logo. Now Johnson right side. Back to Farlow on the left side. Farlow holds it. Now he gets it back to Johnson right side. They cannot figure this zone out by Trinity. Crossover by Johnson in the lane. Great take by Johnson. Lays it in.
Really good take. He drove through the middle of the zone, past 3 defenders.
These 2 point guards are crushing it right now. Sexton, nice head fake. Couldn't connect. Lewis out-muscles everybody for the rebound. And then it's Farlow and Sexton hitting the deck, and we get a foul.
I think it's on Trinity. I think it's going to be on Sexton.
You are correct, sir, with 56 seconds to go in the quarter. Nike Craig is going to come back into the game. We're in a pair of pretty sweet pink Nikes, I might add.
Pale pink.
Inbound, they're going to roll it in. Johnson's going to let it go right up to the logo in half court and get over half court before he picks it up. Farlow, now Johnson again, back to the side. It's Fontroy. Johnson, they're going to run it down the lane again, kick it out to the corner. Inside, they free up Wheatley off the glass. It spins around and falls.
Pass. Great look, entry pass into Wheatley.
And that cuts it to 15-10 Trinity with 45 seconds to go, and Wheatley will head to the free throw line. Pat Chambers at Florida Gulf Coast. Many remember him in this state, the former head coach at Penn State. All those strong Philly ties and all the guys that he got out of Roman Catholic and the Catholic League to go to Penn State. He is doing the same thing at Dunk City as Wheatley misses the free throw. Rebound is cleared out by Craig. Yeager has it stripped from behind and sliding to the floor is Fontroy. And it's out of bounds, and he'll stay with Trinity with 37.3 to go. So Chambers has his 2 assistant coaches, both from Philly. There are 5 players, including last year's Catholic League MVP, Jordan Ellerby from St. Joe's Prep, that are on the Florida Gulf Coast roster, and Wheatley is going to add to it. Chambers trying to bring Philly south.
Turnover on the inbounds pass. That was Farlow intercepting the pass by Steele.
Johnson runs it down the floor with 27 seconds to go in the quarter. Standing right on the end of the Giant Center logo. Now he brings it back to this side right in front of us. Yo-yo dribble by Johnson with 18 seconds to go.
There's no doubt they're playing for one. See if they set something up for Wheatley.
Now he starts to put it in motion to the corner. Fontroy back to him, and Steele pushed him back towards half court, lost it. Great defensive stand by Steele to get it back with 4.9 seconds to go in the quarter for Trinity. Cole Felician is in the game for Trinity as well. He's been out there for a couple of minutes. Yeager to trigger the inbound. They get it to Steele with 4 seconds to go. Steele, Dre, behind the back dribble, pull up three-pointer at the buzzer, and it hits the back iron. And that is how the opening 8 minutes will come to a close. Trinity goes on a run. West Catholic fights back. It's 15-10 Shamrocks after 1 in the PIAA AAA boys title game on the PIAA radio network.
Fans, head over to Hershey's Chocolate World and experience a free chocolate making tour that ends with a Hershey's sample. Visit our exciting attractions, create your own candy bar, learn the art of chocolate tasting, or embark on a whimsical train ride to magical Hershey candy lands without leaving your seat. Treat yourself to a delicious milkshake or mouth-watering chocolate chip cookie. And shop for all of your favorites at the world's largest Hershey's store. We'll see you soon at Hershey's Chocolate World. Cornerstone Business Graphics is proud to be a preferred vendor of the PIAA and offer custom wearables, promotional items, signage, banners, and so much more. Cornerstone is also home to MarketLogo.com, your source for online school store needs. School stores are a great way to raise funds and promote school spirit. Cornerstone is your one stop for all your school's promotional gear. Check us out at cbizgraphics.com. It's Cornerstone Business Graphics.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA radio network.
Start of the second quarter here at Giant Center. Eric Thomas, Rich Scarcella with you. Our producer today, Matt Flannery. West Catholic 4 of 9 in the first quarter. Trinity 5 of 11. The Shamrocks have a 5-point lead at 15-10. And this one off to a pretty good start. We thought it might be a good game. And Trinity early on in this game dictating the pace of it, but a little bit of a pushback there towards the end by West Catholic.
Yeah, Trinity took an 8-point lead, then a 9-point lead, and West Catholic responded with a beautiful drive by Johnson, and then a really nice entry pass into Wheatley for a basket. Wheatley couldn't make the free throw to finish the three-point play, but right now, this has the makings of a really, really entertaining game.
Johnson brings it across the Giant Center logo to start the second quarter, works his way over to the left side, finds his man Ortiz Muhammad over there. Jaden gets it back to Johnson, try to split the double team, kicks it out to the corner. Farlow three-pointer on the way is good. And all of a sudden, West Catholic has cut this down to a 15-13 lead for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, great penetration by Johnson. He drew the defense to him and found Farlow for the three, and Trinity turns it over.
Yeah, they do. As Steele he threw it over to Yeager. Yeager wasn't even turned around and looking for it. A little miscommunication there between the two stars for the Shamrocks. 7:34 to go until halftime. West Catholic can take the lead or tie on this possession. Johnson. Now they have Craig and Smith at the top of that defense along with Steele. Rozier and now Farlow. Hands it back to Johnson over to Ortiz Muhammad. Farlow near wing, inside, Wheatley near block, cuts back across the lane, kicks it out to the corner. Johnson three on the way for the lead, no. Rebound, Wheatley, my goodness, he gets everything, and he stands at the top of the circle.
Jumped over 3 Trinity players to get that rebound.
Ortiz Muhammad calling out the play over to the far side, and Johnson. These two interchangeable guards are trying to solve this lengthy Trinity defense. Johnson does it again. He goes right through the lane, doesn't score, but he kicks it out to the corner, and West Catholic's got the lead on the dead-eye three by Jaden Ortiz Muhammad, 16-15 Birds.
Back-to-back possessions. Johnson found teammates in the corner who made threes. West Catholic with the lead after being down by 9, and Trinity wants a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout called by Larry Kostelak to try to calm his troops down with 6:38 to go, and this game has flipped completely. It's a 30-second timeout.
And the guy that's really flipped it is Rakeem Johnson. He's, with all the attention that the Shamrocks are paying on Kingston Wheatley, Johnson has gotten through the middle of that zone. He's either scored or he has kicked, like the last 2 possessions, found teammates for 3-pointers.
Again, a reminder coming up after we're done here at 6 o'clock tonight. It's the girls' 5A title game, a rematch of last year's title game. It's South Fayette, the District 7 champions, and that incredible run that the Lions are on with the 5 Division I players in the starting lineup, taking on Archbishop Wood. Again, a rematch of last year's title game. They met twice in state title games in the last 5 years, so the third time tonight as they get it right inside this Trinity to Smith, and he laid it off the side of the rim short. Here comes Johnson the other way, speeding past everybody, try to get it out to Rozier. It somehow gets to Farlow in the corner, and they've knocked 2 threes in a row down.
3 in a row.
Now 3 in a row. Now 19-15. West Catholic in front with 6:14 to go until the break.
I don't think Johnson was trying to find Farlow. He was trying to find somebody else. The ball got to Farlow, and he buried it.
Smith, three-pointer off the mark. Johnson in transition. Bounce pass to Wheatley, and it's out of bounds right in front of us with 6:02 to go. It'll stay.
No, I think it's going to be Trinity ball.
It's going to be Trinity ball. You are correct with 6:02 to go. Shamrocks will inbound. Trinity is 1 of 5 from three-point territory. West Catholic, we said 27%. Well, guess what? It's at 50% right now, 4 of 8.
Since Sexton made a putback to put Trinity up 13-6, the Shamrocks haven't scored a field goal yet.
Inside, Craig from Yeager. Craig lost his positioning, then repositions himself and puts that one right over the cup of the rim. And it's in, and it's a 19-17 lead for West Catholic. Johnson brings it across the floor. Ortiz Muhammad. Xavier Fontroy will come back in at the next stop. Johnson, far wing, inside it goes to Wheatley. Back out to Johnson, splits the defense again, feeds underneath Rozier, contact, and he hits the deck hard as Dre Steele got underneath of him. And Nick Smith was coming up over the top, and all three collide.
And again, Johnson creating the scoring opportunity. Drove through the middle of the zone and found Rozier.
Is a shooting foul with 5:25 to go. That's the first on Trinity in the second quarter. 2 fouls for Liam Sexton, a foul for Craig, and a foul for Yeager for the Rocks. First one by Rozier is good. Fontroy is back in the game for Ortiz Muhammad. As Rozier will have one more. Rozier, second one is good. 2 points for Yasai Rozier. As Dre Steele brings it across for the Shamrocks. Half-court defense by West Catholic. Craig has it and gets it to Yeager, top of the circle. Yeager, left-handed dribble, hands it. Nope, does not. To the corner it goes, Felician. And back to Yeager. He'll fire the 3 on the way, in and out, and the rebound Fontroy. Trinity has gone cold here the last 4 minutes. Lob pass inside Rozier, touch pass to Wheatley, flies to the basket and is fouled.
Unselfish play by Rozier there. Had a layup and saw the cutting Wheatley and fed him, and he gets fouled.
It's interesting reading about Wheatley and his decision to go to Florida Gulf Coast. After he visited there, he said he thinks the coaches like him. I don't know what coach would like him, but Pat Chambers says that he's going to be a 4 or a 5 at Florida Gulf Coast. That more modern style basketball with the smaller, not that he's small, but at 6'7", you think more of like what Pitt did with DeJuan Blair and a shorter lineup, as he missed the second, but West Catholic keeps it alive. And it's punched out of bounds by Smith with 4:52 to go. It's a 5-point lead for West Catholic at 22-17.
Interesting move by Larry Kostelik. Sends Liam Sexton back in the game with 2 fouls to play the top of that zone. He's been so effective out there.
Johnson has it with 4:47 to go in the first half. Farlow on the far side. Farlow right-handed dribble, 1 pass to Rozier. Rozier dribbles with the right, back to Farlow. Bounce pass to the corner. Fontroy, 3-pointer on the way. Off the side of the rim, run down by Steele. Trinity tries to get out in transition. Steele, crossover, tied up, and he hits the deck again, and the arrow's going to favor the Shamrocks with 4:30 to go in the second.
Terrific defense there again by Johnson. Johnson's been everywhere here in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Dre Steele to trigger the inbound. It's Yeager Steele, Smith. Yeager gets it off the inbound, but stepped on the end line, so they'll turn it over. And Felician is still in there for Trinity with 4:28 to go in the half.
Trinity's last 9 trips on offense, they've scored just once.
You cannot fall into a dead zone with this West Catholic team. But again, James Lewis made it pretty clear. We'll win a game 44, 43, whatever we have to do. It
whatever it takes. Yep.
Rozier, top of the circle. Johnson on the far side. Now back to Rozier between the circles. Zips a pass to the far wing and Farlow, and that one rattles home once again. It's another 3 for West Catholic, who's now 5 of 9 from downtown. It's 25-17 Burbs.
And again, you said it. What were they shooting from 3 for the season? 28%. They don't look like a 28% team from 3.
Sure do not. Yeager with the good take and the left-handed lay-in. Finally breaks that drought for Trinity. It's 25-19 West Catholic, 3:49 to go in the half. Johnson speeds down the floor to Wheatley. High up on the left side, back to Johnson. Lobs it over to Rozier on the near side, back to Johnson. Straightaway three-pointer on the way for Johnson. Short. Wheatley follows. Missed it, and Yeager is able to pull it down for Trinity. Crossover by Yeager, feeds Steele on the far side. Dre goes right by Fontroy in the lane. Right-handed layup to the glass and in for Steele. And it's 25-21 West Catholic with 3:21 to go in the half. Little run here for the Shamrocks. Next stoppage will be the under 4 timeout here in the second quarter. Johnson looking to the sideline, and James as they slow it down here. Felician goes up to guard Johnson. Gets it over the near side, excuse me, and Farlow.
Maybe trying to take some of the momentum away from Trinity, but Johnson goes to the basket.
And there he goes again. Yeager the rebound. Yeager fighting his way out of it. He's fouled from behind with 2:39 to go in the half.
First foul in the quarter on the Burrs.
And that should send us
to the media timeout.
It should, yes. They will send it to the under 4 timeout. 2:39 to go in the first half. It's West Catholic in front, 25-21 in the 3A title game on the PIAA Radio Network.
Today's game is streaming live on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
Today's PIAA Radio Network broadcast is brought to you by Wayne Bank, your hometown bank proudly serving communities across Pennsylvania for more than 150 years. Just like our local student athletes, Wayne Bank believes in hard work, teamwork, and commitment to excellence. From Friday night lights to championship moments, Wayne Bank is proud to support the schools, families, and communities that make scholastic sports so special. Wayne Bank, every day better, member FDIC.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at the Giant Center, Eric Thomas and Rich Scarcella with you as West Catholic has a 25-21 lead late in this second quarter. And Trinity just shooting 1 of 6 from three-point territory. Kind of feels like a West Catholic pace at the moment, but I'll tell you what, Rich, we are seeing 2 incredibly fearless point guards for both sides in Steele, and we've both been impressed with Rakeem Johnson here in the first half.
I think that Trinity can match the athleticism of West Catholic, except for Kingston Wheatley, because he just, you said it before, he jumps out of the building. It's incredible how high he gets up. I think if Trinity has scored quite a bit in transition, and that looks to be where they've been most effective. They haven't been effective shooting the 3. And let's see what they do here in the last 2.5 minutes of the second quarter.
I'm 90% sure if there was a rebound at the top of the kissing tower, Wheatley would be up there to grab it. He is unbelievable. Steele goes to the bucket again, and he is fouled on the go, so he'll shoot 2 with 2:29 to go.
Yeah, great take by Dre Steele.
Second team foul on West Catholic. That's on Jaden Ortiz-Mohammed, the sophomore point guard who leads the team in three-point shooting for West Catholic. Steele spins the ball in his hands, dips at the knees, and fires away, and it's in and out.
Steele is 73% free throw shooter.
Was 2 for 2 before that attempt. Has 7 points here in the first half. Second one on the way is up, and it is good. 25-22 West Catholic with 2:27 to go in the first half. Johnson brings it across half court, finds Wheatley between the circles. Now it's
Trinity in a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 zone now, with Sexton playing the back of the zone, not the front of the zone.
Keep an eye on that with Wheatley if he goes down low, or Rozier. Johnson bounce pass, it's Rozier. Rozier stops, gets it to Wheatley at the foul line. It's picked off by Steele for the moment.
But a lot of contact.
Taken right back by West Catholic. Farlow dribbles in. They try to feed it inside to Wheatley. He goes and gets it, and is fouled.
Andre Steele thought he was bumped going for the loose ball and looked at the official. The official didn't think it was enough for a foul.
Third team foul on Trinity with 1:55 to go in the first half, and Wheatley will step to the line to shoot a pair. Kingston Wheatley with 6 points here in the first half, 1 of 3 from the line, and you can make it 2 of 4. Three rebounds to go along with a block in 14 minutes so far for Wheatley. Second one fires away, the 6'7" forward missed it, and Marcus Yeager the rebound. 1:50 to go in the first half. Yeager brings it down the floor for Trinity. Left-handed dribble, goes to the rack, lays it up, and it's blocked. Rozier, great defensive play by Rozier. Off to Johnson, and in transition go the Burrs. Johnson, and he carried it.
Yep.
So Trinity will get it back with 1:40 to go in the half. Marcus Yeager, not sure if he jammed his finger on that block, but he has been kind of adjusting it, or like trying to grip his jersey and sort of stretch out. It looked like his ring finger on his left hand.
Looks like he has tape on it too. There's a foul on Johnson.
It is a little hand check foul on Johnson. That's going to be the third on West Catholic. Keep an eye on that situation for Yeager, because he is a left-hander. I have been around Larry Kostelak teams for years. I don't remember two lefties in his starting lineup ever. That's interesting. Sexton and Yeager, as Steele has it. Steele drives down the far block. What a move by Steele. They're going to wipe it out and go the other way on the offensive foul by Steele. That's his second foul, and that's the fourth on Trinity with 1:27 to go in the second quarter.
Trinity has 3 starters with 2 fouls. This is going to be a very careful and nervous 90 seconds, final 90 seconds of the half.
It's a 9-deep team. The problem is it's a little streaky when you get beyond 5. So let's see what Larry Kostelak opts to do, if anything. As Wheatley has it near side, it's Rozier. Rozier puts it on the floor, one pass across the way, picked off by Yeager. The finger's fine. Steele the other way, gets it to Yeager, and he kicks it out to Felician for 3. No. Rebound, and they're going to say, let's see, there's a foul on the floor.
2 officials have a call. Let's see what they're looking at each other. Now that the official who was under the basket is looking at another official.
With 1:01 to go.
22, so I guess it's on Wheatley.
Yep, and it is on Wheatley. So for Kingston Wheatley, that is foul number 2.
So Yeager was going to the basket, and Wheatley showed up, and he made it a point to kick it to Felician in the corner for a 3. Didn't get it to drop, but that Wheatley affected that play. Wheatley taking a seat.
Makai Graves is into the game for the first time, the freshman power forward. Felician playing some extended minutes here in this second quarter because of fouls. 55 seconds to go. Yeager has it on the near wing, hands it off to Felician. Felician trying to make a decision with it, slips, gets it to Yeager, but he stepped on the end line, and it's back to West Catholic with 48.1 to go.
Now I'm going to guess that West Catholic might play for 1. Wheatley has 2 fouls, sitting on the bench, and now James Lewis has him coming back in for offense-defense.
Yeah, Graves will take a seat. Wheatley is back in, and you can see Ortiz Muhammad. He's telling Rozier to rolling into him, and then they're going to hold for one shot. He is yelling that out to the team right now. Steele showed like he was going to come up to defend him. Ortiz Muhammad brings it across half court, far side. To Rozier on the near side. Rozier holds it with 35 seconds to go. Right-handed dribble, crossover, gets it to Farlow between the circles. Farlow over to Johnson near side, little shimmy, and then he passes it back to Ortiz Muhammad. Back to Johnson with 22 seconds to go. West Catholic appears to be holding for that final shot of the half. Up 26-22. Burrs, crossover by Johnson out to the wing. Ortiz Muhammad for three, no. Wheatley flies in there for the rebound. A lot of contact towards the bucket, and that's going to roll out of bounds and off a Trinity player. Yes, it is, with 1.2 to go. So there is a shot here for West Catholic to catch and shoot. Kevin Kerstetter is into the game to close out the half for Trinity as Dre Steele will take a seat. And Fontroy is going to come back in for West Catholic. 26-22, Burrs, 1.2 to go in the half.
Taking Johnson out, which is surprising to me.
Ortiz Muhammad gets it to Farlow, turns and fires, and that's way short. And that is how the half will come to a close. So Trinity gets out to the early lead. West Catholic starts to take control of this one. The Burrs shoot 44% in the first half. They hold Trinity to 42%. And West Catholic has a 26-22 lead at the half in the PIAA Class 3A championship game here on the PIAA Radio Network.
Becoming a champion is an incredible accomplishment, especially at a level as competitive as the PIAA. That's why the Faulkner Automotive Group proudly salutes the student athletes and their families for making it this far. When it's time to upgrade your vehicle, choose any of the 31 Faulkner dealerships in Philadelphia, Lancaster, Bethlehem, Harrisburg, or Mechanicsburg. You'll find award-winning teams doing business the right way and a fast and easy buying experience. Compare low prices on thousands of vehicles and find the one that's perfect for you. Faulkner, to be sure.
Attention fans, get your next game day ticket using Hometown. As the official online ticketing partner of the PIAA, Hometown gives you a simple and secure way to search, buy, and scan your ticket right from your phone. Download the Hometown Fan app from your mobile app store today.
Fans, during today's action, head to hoopsfest.net and select your favorite player for the 2026 PIAA HoopsFest All-Championship team. Visit hoopsfest.net and vote now. While there, register for Pennsylvania's largest outdoor 3-on-3 basketball tournament on Saturday, July 18th in downtown Altoona.
Max Preps is your source for Pennsylvania high school sports. Schedules, stats, scores, rosters, rankings, video, and photos. Max Preps gives you access to every team, every game, and every player across the state. Follow your favorite teams by downloading the Max Preps app or go to maxpreps.com. Max Preps, your source for Pennsylvania high school sports. Get in the game. The PIAA would like to thank Preferred Headwear and Headbrand supplier Outdoor Cap and Junk Brands for their continued sponsorship of PIAA athletics. Their products are built to perform with style from the sidelines to the stands. Visit junkbrands.com to learn more.
The PA Attorney General's Office and the PIAA remind you to not let pain become a killer. If you suspect a teammate, family member, or friend of abusing prescription drugs, tell a coach, tell a teammate, tell a teacher, tell someone. For help and information, go to ddap.pa.gov, and together we can ensure that pain doesn't become a killer. Together, we bring more. Celebrate the milestones, big and small, in life, from your first state championship win to a family get-together. And make 'em more meaningful with beef. Visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com for beef recipe inspirations and more. Get a head start on your career in exciting fields like science, communication, engineering, and medicine. along with tuition assistance in the Pennsylvania National Guard. To learn more about the Pennsylvania National Guard, check out Join PA Guard on Facebook and Instagram, or go to nationalguard.com/PA.
Is college in your future? The Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency helps PA students and families navigate all things college, such as scholarships, grants, and loans. For more information on ways to plan and pay for college, visit PHEAA.org. That's PHEAA.org. Are you having trouble saving to buy a home? The Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency offers down payment and closing cost assistance. Learn more at phfa.org or just Google PHFA and find out how you can buy a new home.
Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Zona, an osteopathic physician dedicated to protecting young people. Every family needs to know that 13 American teens die every week from a drug overdose, and most involve fentanyl. But many never even knew that's what they were taking. Because fentanyl can be found in fake prescription pills made to look like real medications, like Xanax or Percocet, and they're often sold on social media. Just one pill can kill. Learn more at fentanylawarenessday.org, presented by Song for Charlie through POMA.
Are you looking for a career doing work that matters? Consider a degree program that will take you 2 years or less from Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology, where you can receive collaborative, hands-on training and specialized knowledge. There's a high demand for our graduates, and the average starting salary is $52,500. Visit stevenscollege.edu to learn more.
It's interactive ice cream fun at the Turkey Hill Experience, located in Columbia, Pennsylvania. Learn how ice cream is made, invent and taste your own ice cream flavors in our Taste Lab. Milk our mechanical cows, star in your own commercial. Get unlimited free samples of iced tea and ice cream. Visit turkeyhillexperience.com for more information about the Turkey Hill Experience.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA Radio Network. Welcome to the PIAA Radio Network Halftime Show. With a recap of the first half, here's Eric Thomas.
Halftime rolls on here at the Giant Center. Eric Thomas, Rich Scarcella with you. It's 26-22 West Catholic in front of the Shamrocks in a very well-played first half by both sides. Trinity shoots 42%, 8 of 19, but just 1 of 7 from three-point territory. West Catholic, on the other hand, 8 of 20 and 5 of 12 from three-point territory. The 5 of 12 is 20% better almost than what they normally shoot it at, so they've been red hot from three by their standards.
Those 3 straight three-pointers to start the second quarter all came off penetration into the middle of the zone by Rakeem Johnson, and he found two of his teammates. Actually, Farlow hit 2 and Ortiz Muhammad hit 1, but they've been the difference. Trinity's zone has been effective, has done a really good job against Kingston Wheatley, who has just 6 points. But it's been Johnson since West Catholic trailed 15-6, who has kind of taken over the game offensively for West Catholic.
A couple things to point out here, too. Larry Kostelak said defensive rebounding. They do lead West Catholic 8-7 in that category. Points in the paint, though. Even with Kingston Wheatley out there, Trinity is controlling that 14-6, and points off turnover, the Rocks are ahead in that category 8-3.
The thing that I wasn't sure about, you don't know really until you see the two teams playing against each other. Didn't know how Trinity would match up with West Catholic's athleticism. They match up, and they match up well. They've been able to score in transition because Andre Steele is extremely quick and really, really can get to the basket. And they've got to do more of that. They've got to find a way to get him to the basket. And I've been impressed also with Yeager. I mean, Yeager has just, for being, quote-unquote, a football player, he's got some skills on the basketball court.
Yeah, a lot of time that stereotype at the high school level is the guy just plays basketball to, get some run in, or like he's not really a big contributor. But Yeager is a major reason why this team is in the state championship. Good first half for him, 6 points and 4 rebounds for Yeager. He also has 2 steals. Did pick up a foul. The other big story for Trinity in that first half is Steele, Sexton, and Craig with the 2 fouls, and then Yeager and Smith each have a foul. Only one in not foul trouble, but Wheatley did pick up 2 in the first half.
Well, now it says Wheatley has 1. Wait, that can't. No, that's not updated. Okay,
he definitely
has
2.
to.
Yes.
Yeah, he has to.
Trinity ended the first half scoreless for 2:29, and Farlow has been a good spark off the bench for this West Catholic team, as he has hit 3 of 3, and all 3 of them are from downtown. So we're about set to start the second half. Reminder, our final 2 games of the season come your way. We'll have a break in between the sessions here, and then at 6 o'clock, Christy Britton and I will have the final girls game of the year for you, and hopefully it is as good as it should be, as Archbishop Wood will take on South Fayette in a rematch of last year's state championship game. And then the nightcap tonight, Rich and Bob McCool will have the call of the 6A boys title game as the Imhotep Charter Panthers take on the Central Dauphin Rams. That game is set to tip off at 8 o'clock. And then, sadly, the marathon's over. I always say this is like my favorite day of the championship weekend, but it's also my least favorite because it's over. At 10 o'clock tonight, we're done, and I hate that.
Yeah, this has been a great weekend. My first opportunity to be here for the whole weekend. Just some really, really outstanding basketball. We've seen some exceptional play, some exceptional players over the last 3 days.
Yeah, definitely the best of the best in the state of Pennsylvania, and we still have a half of this one, which has been pretty good, and 2 more to go, and what should be a pretty good night here at the Giant Center in Hershey. Big thanks to Mark Byers. We're going to have Mark Byers on tonight, I believe, during the 6A title game with Bob and Rich, and maybe another special guest if he decides to show up here tonight. We'll see. But other than that, it'll be business as usual for the nighttime, and we have been thrilled by everybody who has tuned in to the championship coverage here on the PIAA Radio Network. Please continue to support this venture, as we started this back in the fall during football season, and we will keep going if y'all keep listening to it. It has been a pleasure. Yesterday, over 12,000 people listening to the 4 games that we had here at Giant Center, and hopefully today's numbers just as good. We're glad to bring them to you here on the PIAA Radio Network. They start the second half. It's West Catholic possession. They attack the basket to our left.
Trinity starts out in that 2-3, unlike the 3-2 zone that they used for most of the first half.
Rozier, they whip it around. Ortiz Muhammad floater from the foul line in, and it's off the mark. And Sexton and Craig, they battled each other for the rebound. Outlet pass to Yeager. Yeager has 2-on-1. Marcus, a little Euro step, and the blocking foul is going to get called on Farlow.
Great take by Yeager.
Yeager will step to the line and shoot 2 as we are 27 seconds into this third quarter.
Marcus did a really nice job avoiding the charge and getting the blocking foul.
Yeager on the afternoon has not attempted a free throw. First one is on the way, and the Richmond recruit drains it. Going to have a classmate in Josie Fontana, who just played in the 4A girls title game for Oakland Catholic. They were unsuccessful in their conquest against Newman Goretti, as Yeager makes both. Richmond's women's basketball coach is in the house here today, too. He was watching that Oakland Catholic game. We'll have a couple other coaches, I'm sure, that pop in for the night game as well. As Farlow, Ortiz Muhammad, Rozier. So Wheatley at the elbow. Now he kicks it out to Johnson on the far wing. Johnson drives in through the trees, and he got it to bank off the square and fall, and it's 28-24.
Went right at Sexton. Sexton was afraid to pick up his 3rd foul and backed off.
Keep an eye on that with the foul situation in Trinity as they get it to Sexton between the circles. 4-point lead for West Catholic. 6:57 to go in the third. Smith, Sexton, Yeager. Oh, they tried to feed it to him, and Johnson was right there to take it away. 2-on-1 the other way. Johnson, nice pass to Ortiz Muhammad, and Sexton said, get it out of the neighborhood.
Terrific defense by Liam Sexton. Johnson again creating an opportunity for West Catholic with the steal and the dish, but Liam Sexton snuffed it.
Just got to look at the in-house replay. That thing was all the way over at the football stadium. Holy cow. Used the right hand, by the way, that time, not the pitching hand. Just so
Protect that, baby.
Inbound for West Catholic. It's Ortiz Muhammad to Wheatley. Wheatley drives on Yeager, kicks it to the far corner. Farlow, the defense catches up. Farlow with the block, nice feed to Rozier, but it's packed by Yeager and picked off by Sexton. Up ahead, Yeager gets it from Steele. Yeager drives. Yeager, nice feed to Craig off the glass and in, and Trinity's cut it to 28-26 with 6:25 to go in the third.
Pretty look by Marcus Yeager.
Johnson gets it across the Giant Center logo, operating from right to left. Johnson straight away goes to his left. And now to Ortiz Muhammad on the far side. West Catholic, little air out of the ball. No look pass to Rozier. Down the block, kicks it out. Farlow, three-pointer, far wing, short. Rebound, Rozier. Repositions back to Johnson. Johnson to the corner. A lot of traffic in that corner. He backs out, gets it to Ortiz Muhammad.
And that had the potential to be a trap, but Ryan Johnson, too smart, dribbles it out. Rakeem Johnson, excuse me.
Farlow in from the wing. Had to adjust his shot because of the defense, and Sexton the rebound. Yeager separating from Rozier, trying to go by him. Bounce pass to the corner, and Smith back to Yeager, far wing. Marcus drives, and a foul on the floor with 5:36 to go in the third quarter.
Going to be a foul on Farlow, and that's his second. A lot of energy from the Shamrocks coming out here in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter.
Larry Kostelak in his 42nd season as head coach of the Shamrocks. Inbound pass to Yeager. It's poked away. Marcus stays with it, and he's fouled by Farlow.
And that's going to be his third.
Yeah.
Yep. And Farlow knew it. Great persistence by Marcus Yeager.
It is funny watching the Kostelaks because they both carry towels, and they throw them over their shoulder. Larry has chewed on a towel ever since I can remember. I was joking with somebody a couple weeks ago. I had the chance to call Trinity's playoff game against Mohawk 2 weeks ago, and I was telling my broadcast partner, I said, I've known Larry since I was 8, first basketball camp I ever went to, and if you know Larry, yes, he had a towel at that camp. Yeager's second is good. Cuts it down to a 1-point lead at 28-27, West Catholic with 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Johnson brings it across half court. Wheatley between the circles, gets it back from Johnson, works his way to the right side, guarded by Smith, goes by Smith, bounces off Sexton and lost the ball. We're going to say it's off Sexton.
It's really interesting. Wheatley here for the first almost 3 minutes of this third quarter has been very quiet on offense. I thought there were a couple opportunities for him to go to the basket, and he passed it.
Trina White Faithful saw the in-house replay, did not like the call. Wheatley gets it off the inbound. Now it's Ortiz Muhammad. Back to the corner, and Johnson. Johnson splits the lane, gets it to Rozier. Rozier hop step in the lane against Sexton and banks it in.
Nice move by Rozier.
30-27, West Catholic. 5 minutes straight up to go in the third quarter. Smith over to Sexton, high up on the right side. The right side. Now it's Craig between the circles. Craig hands it off to Steele. Steele was fouled by Farlow. They didn't call it, and then he tried to feed it to Craig, and Craig could not hang on to it.
Yeah, there was no doubt there was contact because it happened right in front of us, and the referees didn't think it was enough for a foul.
Fontroy is back in for West Catholic. Trinity will play it half court as Farlow is out. Ortiz Muhammad goes in to get it. In the backcourt, Smith will meet him at half court. Screen by Rozier. Smith goes through it, or around it.
Rozier trying to disrupt Smith and Steele at the top of that zone.
Steele comes out to defend Ortiz Muhammad. Now it's Johnson. Johnson again knifing across the lane out to the corner. Fontroy. Fontroy between the legs dribble, trapped on the far side, trying to find anywhere to go with it. Timeout called by James Lewis. And West Catholic with 4:21 to go in the third quarter. It's 30-27 Hers, as it's a 30-second timeout called by the first-year head coach.
Yeah, so far, Trinity has come out with a lot more energy, playing a lot more aggressively. Still trails by 3. West Catholic was a terrific drive by Rozier against the interior defense of the Shamrocks.
We mentioned Owen Schlager earlier for Trinity, who plays at Siena under head coach Jerry McNamara. McNamara and Trinity have such a history that goes back to 2001 when Trinity beat them in the state tournament. The next year they matched up again, and GMAC went for 41 in the first half and 55 overall. And the ironic part about that is two of the players on that team, John and Sean Morris, and Larry Kostelak III, have all become good friends with GMAC. Larry Kostelak III camped with McNamara, and they've all been in touch. Larry II has gone up to Syracuse a couple times to watch clinics with Jim Boeheim, and they're all in constant communication and all really good friends and tight with GMAC. I asked him, I said, how can you be tight with a guy who scored 41 against you in the first half? Ortiz Muhammad backs it out. I can't tell you his answer because it's not safe for air. Ortiz Muhammad.
I think Ortiz Muhammad just got away with a double dribble.
He did. Gets it back from Johnson, left side. 3:53 to go in the third. Wheatley on the near block. Wheatley dips it and puts it back out to Ortiz Muhammad. Steps inside the lane, got away with another travel, and threw it away to Craig. Smith will slip his way out of it. Up ahead it goes to Yeager near side. Yeager top of the circle. Yeager foul line. Nice feet underneath to Sexton, who lays it in.
By the way, great cut and recognition by Sexton.
Cuts the lead down to 1 at 30-29 with 3:28 to go in the third quarter. Rozier back to Johnson.
Again, very few touches for Kingston Weekly here in the third quarter.
And that three off the mark by Ortiz Muhammad, the rebound by Nike Craig. Up ahead, they slip it to Steele. Steele goes around Johnson, drives, right-handed runner, and a beautiful one to give Trinity the lead back at 31-30 with 3:03 to go in the third.
What a move by Andre Steele.
He is a fantastic guard for this team. Not done growing yet either as Johnson goes through everybody. Euro step out to the corner. Fontroy three ball, good.
Man.
And
Again,
West Catholic takes it right back at 33-31.
A find by Johnson.
Craig the other way, gets it on the feet, and in transition the Rocks score again. And they're going to say that Rozier came inbounds to inbound the ball and then went back out of bounds, so they're going to turn it over to Trinity with 2:40 to go in the third. That's going to send it to the under 4 timeout as we are knotted at 33 in this good one here in the AAA boys title game on the PIAA radio network.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS network. With the NFHS network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
The Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and the PIAA, two community-focused organizations, are proud to be collaborating to provide Pennsylvanians free access to local high school sports broadcasts. To follow your schools, check your local TV and radio stations for coverage. Through the PAB and PIAA partnership, following Pennsylvania student athletes has never been easier.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championships on the PIAA radio network.
33 apiece here in the third quarter. These two teams have come out in this third quarter. West Catholic shooting 3 of 9, Trinity 4 of 4, but none better than that little slippery move by Steele to get to the bucket a minute ago. And it's going to be Trinity possession because of Rozier's turnover on the inbound play with 2:40 to go in the third quarter.
We saw that in the girls' game earlier, in the 4A girls' game, an inbound pass that the passer stepped on the line, but she got bailed out because there was a timeout called.
Dre Steele to trigger the inbound. It's Craig, Smith, Steele, Sexton, and Yeager, the starting 5 for the Shamrocks. Johnson, Fontroy, Farlow, Wheatley, and Rozier for West Catholic. Inbound goes to Yeager. Yeager finds Smith with 2:37 to go. They get inside to Yeager. Head fake goes around Wheatley. Fadeaway is good by Marcus Yeager, and it's 35-33. Trinity with 2.5 to go in the third.
So impressed with him. He is fearless.
Johnson behind the back dribble, guarded by Smith. Lost the ball at half court. It was tipped. And Johnson trying to go around Steele. Goes to his left, tries to shake away. Steele cuts him off. Wheatley top of the circle. Wheatley dribbles it out, and we're going to get a foul on the Smith. Yes, on the go with Wheatley.
Yeah, he bumped into Wheatley as Wheatley was trying to go to the right.
Smith, that'll be his second foul, and that is the first on the Shamrocks here in the third quarter. Wheatley off the inbound. Wheatley Lobs it ahead to Rozier, top of the circle. Rozier with a right-handed dribble. Surveys his options, gets it off to Johnson.
Eric, 6 minutes into this third quarter, Wheatley does not have a field goal attempt.
It's
incredible.
Impressive defense by the Rocks. It looks like they're trying to bait him into some backdoor action as Steele is going to pick up the foul.
Could be his third.
And Larry Kostelak is going to go to Cole Felician once again. Good minutes in the first half for Cole as he played 8 of the 16 minutes. But that takes away one of the better options for the Shamrocks.
I think he's trying to buy some time here, keep Steele out. Try to hang on here for these last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Now Smith comes out to guard Johnson. He fights through 2 screens by Wheatley. Farlow on the near wing gets it back to Johnson between the circles. They set him up again. He goes around Wheatley. They try pick and roll. Felician moves over. Now Fontroy has it, and he'll hand it off to Farlow. 1:37 to go in the third. It's a 2-point lead for Trinity at 35-33.
And still very few touches for Wheatley. Incredible.
Farlow to Rozier, out to Johnson in the far corner, goes baseline. Johnson bounce pass to Wheatley on the far block, tries to split a triple team, somehow goes up. Sexton had a piece of it.
Jump
but
ball.
Yeah, they're called jump ball.
It's going to be Trinity ball.
He went up and down, repositioned, and went back up with the ball in his hands, and that's going to be a turnover for West Catholic with 1:18 to go.
Yeah, we weren't sure because we were blocked out from the official, but the official underneath made the call, and it was the right call.
Smith off the inbound. It's Yeager who's going to run the show here with Steele on the bench.
West Catholic in a 1-2-2 trap without Steele on the floor for Trinity.
Felician into the corner, and Sexton back to Felician, and a foul is going to be called on Rozier with 1:06 to go in the third. That'll be the fourth foul on West Catholic. And on Rozier, that'll be foul number 2. 66 ticks to go in the third. Yeager off the inbound. Yeager drives. Yeager in the lane. Pull up. The little runner with the left hand is pure. And it's 37-33. Shamrocks with 56 seconds to go in the third.
Marcus Yeager, you're telling me he's going to college to play football? He is tremendous. He has been outstanding today.
Going to be outstanding for the Spiders, too, on the gridiron. As Johnson trying to slip through that defense. Look at the harassment by Trinity.
Right.
Rozier on the block. There's the dump down to Wheatley, and he scores, and he's fouled.
Finally, Wheatley got the ball in scoring position.
And that's going to be on Sexton.
Going to be his third.
So for the big fella, he is going to have to come out, and Robert Lewis, who's going to West Liberty to play football, is back in. They keep Steele on the bench. It's Lewis, Smith, Yeager, Craig, and Felician for Trinity. Kingston Wheatley trying to attempt the 3-point play here with 35 seconds to go in the third.
These are his first points of the third quarter.
Spins the ball, fires away, and buries it. And it's 37-36 Trinity with 34 seconds to go in the third. Yeager will casually walk it up, bounce past to Felician. They flip it back over to Smith. They got to get it across half court. Smith to Yeager, top of the circle. Now he brings it back to the right side, left side. Hop step in the lane, and Yeager hits the deck hard, and it goes out of bounds. There's no call.
No, there's a call. The referee called the ball off Wheatley instead of a foul. I couldn't tell whether there was contact. Yeager a little shaken up, a little slow getting up.
Got his jersey in his teeth as he walks away.
I don't think that's going to keep him. It's not going to force him to go to the bench. He's staying in this game.
Goes down to a seated position and then stands back up. It is going to be T-Rock's ball here with 20.1 to go. Felician on the inbound into Yeager. 19 to go. Yeager across the lane, hop step, head fake, gets it to Lewis, back to Yeager. Head fake around Kingston Wheatley again, and then he's fouled.
Let's see if this is a shooting foul. Oh, it is. It's going to be on Johnson. That's his second.
Back into the game for Trinity is Kevin Kerstetter. Kerstetter is a good three-point shooter. He's a bit streaky. But Larry Kostelak will tell you that he will bury some contested shots. If they get in his face, Yeager can't get the first to fall. Jared Keefe is going to come into the game as well.
Yeah, they're protecting some guys from getting another foul with 12.5 seconds left in the third quarter.
Keefe is the great-grandson of the late legendary Trinity girls basketball coach Harry DeFrank, who our colleague this weekend, Christy Britton, coached under and then ultimately replaced at Trinity is Yeager. Harry was a fiery guy on that bench. As Yeager's second one is good. He was a good talker after the game, too. A lot of memorable quotes from him over the years.
Urgency here from West Catholic. Clock winding down.
38-36, 5 seconds to go. Johnson drives, tied up. Loose possession, Trinity comes away with it, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. 38-36 Trinity. With the state title hanging in the balance and 8 minutes to go. We'll go to the fourth quarter after this on the PIAA Radio Network.
Huddle is proud to partner with the PIAA. Huddle is an industry leader in video analysis software and game breakdowns, designed to make your program stronger and your players better. To learn more, visit HUDL.com. Work hard and win big at West Virginia University. We automatically review applications for merit scholarship eligibility. No extra paperwork, no essays. Our scholarships are generous and non-competitive, which means if you have the grades, you have a scholarship. Plus, they're stackable, so you can get more than one and focus on what really matters. An easier path to your dream job. Let's go at wvu.edu.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA Radio Network.
6 for 6 performance by the Shamrocks in the third quarter. They are up to 56% shooting. And by the way, only attempted 1 3 in that quarter. They're still 1 of 7. But a good sharp shooting effort by the Shamrocks in the third, and they lead at 38-36 as we start the fourth quarter here at Giant Center.
They scored a few points in transition, and then Marcus Yeager, who's just been the glue on offense and defense, just it seems like the ball's in his hands, and he's making things happen for the Shamrocks.
Trinity trying to claim a state title. They have not won one in a long time.
2003?
Yeah, 2003. They had those memorable games with Bishop Hannon. We talked about the Jerry McNamara games, but only 2 state championships to their credit, 2001 and 2003.
And how many District 3 titles?
That's a good question. 72 and 30 all-time in the PIAA tournament. Now, by comparison, that is really good for District 3 teams. Aliquippa with 101 PIAA wins and Chester with 120. So that tells you those are 3 of the winningest teams in the PIAA tournament, but there is a wide gap there between 2 and 3 between Aliquippa and Trinity. As we start the fourth, it's West Catholic possession. Ortiz Muhammad dribbles, gets it to Farlow on the far side. Smith chasing everybody all over the place on the floor.
Johnson taking a break. I'm surprised at that.
Farlow gets it back to Smith Ortiz. Top of the circle goes by. Steal to the corner, and Fontroy now back between the circles. Rozier. Ortiz Muhammad travel.
Still no touches for Wheatley. Here comes Johnson back in the game after sitting for a little bit. Get him a little break. James Lewis trying to get him a little break. Johnson's been a difference maker today for the Burrs.
Steele, Yeager, Smith, Craig, and Sexton, the starting 5 for the Shamrocks. And it's Fontroy, Johnson, Rozier, Farlow, and Wheatley for West Catholic. Smith at the foul line to Craig down on the far block. Skips it over Yeager. Head fake, travel.
Nope, stepped on the
end
line.
Yep, stepped on the end line. It is a little tighter here at Giant Center because of the tables, but we've seen that happen a handful of times in these title games here the first 2 days. As Farlow has it to Johnson on the far wing inside Rozier, baseline. Rozier tied up, dribbles out of it. Farlow, top of the circle, goes left, stops on the block, gets it out to Fontroy. Fontroy works his way back to the top of the circle. Now Johnson. Johnson over the right side.
Shamrocks surrounding Wheatley anytime he goes to the low post.
And it's Steele who's on him. They shake loose. Fontroy 3 from the near corner, hits the back iron, rebound Sexton. Steele now has it. Steele bumped from behind. Steele goes right around the defense, and it's blocked by Rozier. There's Yeager trying to fight for it. Now Wheatley has it. Wheatley dribbles down the floor. Might have got away with a carry, and the floater is good from Wheatley, and we're tied at 38 with 6:32 to go. Might it be Kingston Wheatley time here if you're West
It
Catholic?
has to be. He's got to step up here.
Smith has it on the far side. Sexton.
If not now, then when?
Steele has it. Steele goes around Johnson. What a battle between those two. Great Euro inside. Turn and burn by
Great
Craig.
pass.
And he lays it off the glass and in. And the lead back to Trinity at 40-38 with 6:03 to go.
Great find by Steele into Craig.
Johnson on the far side. Now Farlow near side. Wheatley on the wing. Wheatley pushes
That's a charge.
off of
Absolutely
Steele.
a charge.
I mean,
extended his arm.
Yeah, leaned into him the whole way. And of course he's questioning it like any good player would normally do, but it is a foul on Wheatley.
It's his third foul here with 5:52 to go. But that was as easy a call as any.
Inbound from Steele to Yeager, and he taps it back to Steele. The junior point guard for Trinity brings it across the half-court logo. Goes to his right, double team out to Yeager.
West Catholic in a man-to-man defense right now. Maybe looking to trap.
Yeager spins. Good defense by West Catholic to tie him up. Gets it to Smith. Smith will backpedal and reset. Smith over to Sexton. Sexton to Yeager on the near wing. Yeager head fake goes to his right. Yeager drives, reverse layup, no good. He hits the deck hard. Rebound is loose and picked up by Johnson. Yeager is okay, he's up. Now Wheatley. What a move by Wheatley!
And
and
it's blocked by
Sexton
Sexton.
from behind swats it out of bounds yet again. Both hit the deck. And it's going to be off Sexton and back to West Catholic.
What a spin move by Wheatley, and what a block by Liam Sexton, his third of the game.
Wheatley might have been a little off kilter as he was going up to the bucket, thanks to the defense by Craig, or rather by Smith. And Sexton was able to catch up to it.
Little mop-up duty down here underneath the Trinity basket, Eric.
Yeah, Yeager was pleading with the ref to go back there and wipe it up because they had hit the deck hard. And now Yeager is still pleading his case about something.
He thought he got fouled down here at the end, at the offensive end.
5:14 to go in the fourth quarter, rather. It's 40-38 Trinity.
We've seen signs of life here in the first few minutes of the fourth quarter from one Kingston Wheatley. He's got to step up for West right now.
12 points and 5 rebounds for Wheatley in 26 minutes. He's also got 3 fouls and a block. Sexton with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks as they get that perspiration cleaned up, and we'll restart here. Johnson trying to get the inbound, and he goes to Farlow on the near wing.
Trying to get it into Wheatley, but they were denying him the ball.
Yeager on Wheatley, step back jumper by Wheatley, a line drive, no, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Trinity ball with 5:05 to go.
Not sure that's Wheatley's shot from three-pointer from the left corner. He's got to go to the basket.
5:05 to play.
Full court pressure from West Catholic here.
Inbound Sexton, Wheatley comes over the top, no call.
They got numbers.
Yeager the other way, Yeager foul line. Yeager dumps it inside to Sexton, but it's knocked away by Fontroy, and he hits the deck hard and goes right through the media. Assembled and the guests over on the far side or the near side here. 4:57 to play for the state title. Trinity has a 2-point lead and Steele to inbound. Into Yeager. Smith top of the circle. Smith now right of the circle, gets it to Steele, near wing. Steele dribbles it back to the Giant Center logo near half court. Off to Sexton far side. Sexton gets it to Craig between the circles. Craig hands it off to Smith, now Yeager. Yeager near side, 4:38 to go. Wheatley comes out to guard him. Yeager off to Sexton on the far side again. Sexton bounce pass to Steele, and he's
his fourth foul
by Farlow, and that will be Farlow's fourth. That is the second foul on West Catholic. And it's going to take us to the 4:30 mark here, and a 30-second timeout called by West Catholic. Probably a good one here by one of the two teams to sort of calm everybody down. There's been a lot of chirping out here on the court. Good game here for this title here.
Terrific game. Terrific game.
Yeah, it really has been good games all weekend. As, again, we have one more boys game coming up at 8 o'clock tonight, the 6A title game. It's Imhotep Charter and Central Dauphin. You can listen to Rich and Bob McCool give you the call of that one. And then at 6 o'clock tonight, the 5A girls title game, which I think might be the best girls game of the weekend. It's going to be South Fayette and Archbishop Wood.
Here's a big difference. West Catholic has 11 offensive rebounds, but they've only converted them into 8 points. That's a big thing. Larry Kostlik, Trinity coach, talked to us before the game and how they had to rebound the ball well defensively and keep them from getting second chances. West Catholic is getting second chances. They're just not converting.
Steele goes into the backcourt to get the Jaeger inbound. 4:27 to go for the 3A state title. Sexton on the far side. Sexton, guarded by Rozier. They get it to Smith up the court, and Fontroy fouls Smith right near half court.
Yep.
That's foul number 4 on West Catholic, and we still got 4:20 to go.
Trinity with no fouls here so far in the fourth quarter.
For Fontroy, that is his second rather. Smith off the inbound. Goes back to Jaeger. Jaeger guarded by Wheatley. Puts it on the floor, crossover dribble. Jaeger, step back, gets it to Smith. Sexton near side. Sexton bounce pass to Steele, and we get another whistle.
Another foul on Rozier, and that's his third, and Trinity's going to the line with 4:03 left in the fourth quarter.
So it'll be 2 shots the rest of the way for the Shamrocks.
I believe that's a 5th foul.
No, it should be. I thought it was 4 prior. They're going to say that's just the 4th foul.
Then we're wrong.
So one more and it'll be shots. Backcourt it goes to Steele. And there is the 5th foul.
And that's on Johnson. That's his third. So here we go at 3:59. We're going to have a media timeout, but Trinity's going to be going to the line the rest of the game.
Trinity, keep in mind, is 62% from the line as a team, but they will have 2 shots when we come back from the under 4 timeout. 3:59 to play for the 3A state title. It's 40-38 Trinity in front of West Catholic on the PIAA Radio Network.
Today's game is streaming live on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
The PIAA Radio Network is brought to you by Wayne Bank, your hometown bank proudly serving communities across Pennsylvania for more than 150 years. The Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and the PIAA promote the highest ideals of good sportsmanship in interscholastic athletics. Always remember to respect student athletes, coaches, contest officials, and game administration to help promote a safe and positive game environment. Together, we can foster a community of good sportsmanship.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at Giant Center, Eric Thomas, Rich Scarcella with you. 3:59 to go for the 3A state title, and it's a 2-point lead for Trinity, but more importantly now, it's going to be shots the rest of the way for Trinity as West Catholic is over the limit, or at least for the moment. Is there such a thing as a limit anymore with just 5? So
let's see who's going to the line. It looks like, is it Andre Steele? It is.
Steele again, who has been tremendous in this PIAA tournament now. 30 field goals in the 5 games and 93 points.
Yeah, Steele's the Trinity's best free throw shooter among the regulars at 73%.
Larry Kostelac told his team right before the timeout, he said, do not foul. Basically was telling them, do not put them in the same situation as us. Trinity does have 5. They have no fouls.
No fouls at all.
They can if they need to and get away with it for the moment as Steele dips at the knees and fires and connects. Makes it a 3-point lead with 3:59 to go in the contest.
West Catholic's fouls, Farlow with 4, Johnson, Rozier, and Wheatley with 3 apiece.
Steele, second one, takes a deep breath, bends at the knees, fires, good. And it's a 4-point advantage for the Shamrocks with 3:57 to play for the state title.
It's their biggest lead in quite some time, maybe since the early part. Yeah, since the first quarter when they led 15-6.
Johnson drives the right side, now pulls it back. They're trying to feed Wheatley. And that, look at Dre Steele. Gonna go coast to coast and throw it down!
My, brought the house down.
with 3:38 to go. A thunderous one-handed running dunk by Steele, and it's 44-38 Shamrocks. Down the lane goes Johnson. He is fouled by Sexton.
It's a great take by Johnson, trying to draw the foul. Sexton had to defend, and he went right into Sexton's chest. Great job by Johnson.
And for Sexton, that is going to be his 4th.
And he is so key to that zone defense, especially keeping Wheatley away from the basket.
They just showed the dunk by Steele as Johnson misses the front end. Sexton out. Robert Lewis Jr. is back in for the Shamrocks. Larry Kostelak will make it clear that he has 4 guys on his team that wear a size 13 shoe or bigger. And Dre Steele, even though he's 6 foot, is one of them, and he's not done growing yet. As the second one rims in for Johnson. He thinks Steele might get to like the 6'4" range before all is said and done. As he is
another
bumped.
Foul by Ortiz Muhammad. And it's as clear as can be. He bumped him.
Everybody over to check on Steele.
It's fine.
He's going to go back to the line to shoot 2. It's become his show here.
Just in the last 2 minutes or so, last minute or so. And that's foul number. Oh, that's just the second, on Ortiz Muhammad. It looks like Farlow's coming back in the game for Ortiz Muhammad.
First one by Steele. Again, a deep breath, fires away and good. 45-39. They're going to take the guys off the blocks to prevent any kind of transition here or outlet pass. Just smart basketball at this stage of the game. 3:27 left. Normally you see that late in the game. Again, a deep breath by Steele, and he connects. Largest lead since early in the game for Trinity when it was 7-0. It's 46-39. Shamrocks with 3:20 to go. Wheatley on the far wing. Johnson between the circles.
They need to get Wheatley the ball inside.
And there's the 3 ball by the corner by, who was that? That was Farlow.
That was Farlow. Miss.
Outlet pass and picked off by Wheatley, 3/4 court. Rozier has it. They skip it into the corner. And here comes Fontroy. Penetrate and lay it in from the baseline.
Yeah, that was a bad decision by Steele.
Steele lobs it ahead to Craig this time. Craig goes in. Contact by Wheatley. The basket counts, and a foul by Nike Craig with 2:55 to go.
And that's the 4th on Wheatley.
And that's going to push it back to a 7-point lead for the Shamrocks.
At least. But Eric, I'm telling you, Trinity has been most effective in transition. They have matched West Catholic's athleticism and then some.
Craig. Another lefty, and he misses the free throw. As Wheatley gets the rebound, Johnson has it.
Still in that zone. They're in that 2-3 zone the entire second half. They went to it late in the second quarter.
Inside, Wheatley on the block, spins on Lewis. Basket, no, rims off, and Lewis is going to get called for the foul with 2:38 to go. That'll be the second on the Shamrocks, and it'll be a shooting foul for Wheatley. Robert Lewis picks up his first.
I'm going to guess here, if Wheatley makes his second, I'm going to guess that West Catholic's coming at with full court pressure, but he misses the first. West Catholic has to make something happen here.
Wheatley and Farlow both have 4 fouls. For Trinity, Sexton has 4.
And that's the conundrum for James Lewis. They've got to be aggressive defensively, but he's got 2 guys with 4 fouls and 2 with 3.
Wheatley does make the second. They go full court into
the trap.
Smith. Rozier and
a foul.
Fontroy. Yep, and there's another foul. It's going to be on Rozier, I believe.
And that's his 4th. If Trinity can make their free throws, they're not a great free throw shooting team. They came into the game at 62% overall.
2:35 to go in the state title game here at Giant Center. It's been a loud crowd here for the Shamrocks. First one by Smith is in and out.
13 for 18 from the line for Trinity so far.
Second one upcoming for Smith. Trinity also is shooting, Rich, 57% from the floor now, as Smith's second is in and out.
Yeah, you got to make free throws because they're going to be getting to the line quite a bit.
Johnson, guarded by Smith, pushes off.
Got away with it.
Gets it back. Wheatley at the near wing, lobs it to the far wing. Ortiz Muhammad.
What West Catholic hasn't been able to do, and he lost it.
Nope. It's going to be off Trinity. They're going to say it's off Robert Lewis.
I was going to say, West Catholic hasn't been able to score quickly in the half court. They've been able to score quickly in transition, but in the half court against this zone, they haven't been able to score quickly. And with 2:19 left, that could be a problem.
Could be a 60-second timeout called by West Catholic and James Lewis with 2:19 to go, and Trinity up by 6. Shamrocks in the second half, 9 of 11 shooting.
Full timeout.
8 of 12 from the free throw line in the second half. West Catholic, on the other hand, is 6 of 18 shooting in the second half. Still been a good game, but West Catholic is going to have to do some work here in the next 2:19 to get out of here with a little bit of a comeback to win the state title. They won it last year over South Allegheny, and they won it 2 years ago as well.
Eric, they've had one made three here in the second half, and that was by Fauntleroy. You know, in the second quarter, they made 4 overall, and that was when Larry Kostelak switched from the 3-2 to the 2-3. And that's worked. It's cut off Johnson's drives into the lane. Sexton checks back into the game with 4 fouls for Trinity.
Yeager, Sexton, Craig, Smith, and Steele, the starting 5. Wheatley, Fauntleroy, Johnson, Ortiz Muhammad, and Rozier. Wheatley in the paint, and he lays it in.
That was too easy for West Catholic.
48-44 Trinity. Here's the full court pressure again. They lob it down the floor. Steele's going to outrun everybody and take it in again with the left hand, and he missed it, and it's knocked out of bounds by
He got
Fauntleroy.
a break there. He got a break there. And Larry Kostelak does not like he's yelling at Andre Steele.
That was a beautiful outlet pass.
It sure was.
To get him on the run. Steele will inbound it here in the half court. Still 2:04 to go. An eternity. You're only up by 4. Lobs it into Sexton.
Got
on
pressure
the far
on
side.
him.
They double team Sexton. Not
And
the
a
best.
foul.
Yeah, not the best free throw
Timeout.
shooter. Okay, so they
Timeout.
got the timeout with 2:01 to go. West Catholic has to recognize Sexton might be one of the guys to foul.
Sexton at just 48%. Nick Smith at 51. Marcus Yeager at 53. Craig and Steele are the 2 best free throw shooters among the regulars at 70 and 78%.
Yeah, so it might be assurance here for Trinity to make sure that they get it in the hands of either one of those 2 guys. Again, a reminder, coming up at 6, it'll be the 5A girls game between Archbishop Wood and South Fayette, a rematch of last year's championship game won by South Fayette. Christy Britton and I will be along with you just shortly before 6 o'clock to bring you that game, and then the nightcap, the 6A championship game, the final basketball game in the state of Pennsylvania for 2026, the 25-26 season, as the Imhotep Charter Panthers take on the Central Dauphin Rams.
Let's see what Larry Kostelak draws up here from the sideline. Right, Marcus Yeager inbounding right in front of the Trinity bench.
48-44, 2:01 to go in the state title game in 3A. Yeager will inbound, as Rich said, right in front of his own bench. Larry II just slouches back in his chair, takes a breath. Man, 68 years old, he's coaching like he's 25. As Steele slips through everybody, and he is fouled and landed on the ball awkwardly.
It's going to be on Fauntleroy, and that's his 3rd. But they've got to make these free throws, and Steele's the guy who won at the line.
Kostelak talking to Marcus Yeager on the side. Larry did a good job, by the way. A lot of these players have come up through the CYO program with Trinity, and he has done a good job with bringing the coaches from the CYO program up to this level to help with the development of this team. And that's been a big reason why This team was able to take major steps forward that a lot of people did not think that they would this season. As Steele makes the first, and it's 49-44. 1:53 to go. Second one is good.
Those are huge.
Larry's also had a couple of longtime assistants, namely his son and also Jason Trumpy, son of the late, great Bob Trumpy, the Bengals and broadcasting legend. Is
Steele.
Taken away by Craig. Craig on the sideline gets it to Smith. They keep it alive.
Yeah, they don't need to rush. They're going to get there, and that's the 5th foul on Wheatley, I think. It is.
Kingston Wheatley is fouled out of the state
That's
title
huge.
game with 95 seconds left, and Trinity in front by 6.
And there was contact, and that is a extremely big loss for the West Catholic Birds.
Fouls out of this contest with 15 points and 6 rebounds in 30 minutes. Also had a steal and a block. But the only number that matters now is the 5 fouls as his afternoon is done, and Yeager will step to the free throw line for Trinity.
Graves checks back in. McKeem Graves checks in for Wheatley, who's just frustrated as all can be. Can't believe that he picked up his 5th foul.
Yeager again, 52%. First one is in and out.
Yeah, these are important. I mean, they need Steele to get to the line, but he's the only one who's made. He's 6 of 6 here in the 4th quarter.
6-point lead for Trinity as Ortiz Mohammed is going to come back in for West Catholic.
Let's see what the options are offensively for West Catholic. I'm putting the ball in the hands of Rakeem Johnson and letting him create.
Second one by Yeager. He spins the ball in his hands, dips at the knees, fires away. The lefty makes it. And it's 51-44.
What's going on here?
Now, Larry Kostelak, I believe, was questioning the substitution.
Let's rebound and go. That's what I heard Larry say. It was hard not to hear him. Across the court, even in front. Trinity faithful are getting very excited.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
this was all about. Not sure.
Yeah, I thought he was saying something about the substitution, but it was fine because
Yeah.
it was between free throws.
You got to get the ball in Johnson's hands, and they have.
Johnson has it. Crosses over on Smith. Now he gets it to Rozier. Ortiz Muhammad. Lob pass over
It's
to
a
Johnson.
steal.
And poked away by Craig, who tight ropes
No.
the sidelines, but he stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds, but great defense, deflection. West Catholic's got to be, they're down 7 here with 1:20. They've got to play with more urgency on offense.
Inbound pass to Ortiz Muhammad. 1:16 to go. Johnson goes to the rack. They let him go because Sexton was the one guarding him. And it's 51-46 Trinity. Yeager looking to get an inbound. They get it to Steele. Reaching by Fontroy. Steele lobs it up ahead to Sexton.
Good decision.
Pulls it back, gets it right back in the hands of Steele. Fontroy has to lay off of him over to Yeager. Yeager drives. Yeager back to Sexton. Sexton back to Steele, but they get the foul. Fontroy does on Sexton. So Liam Sexton to the line with 54 seconds left and his team holding on to a 5-point lead.
And Fontroy picks up his 4th foul. So West Catholic, Wheatley is fouled out. Rozier has 4, Farlow has 4, Fontroy has 4.
Sexton.
Under 50% free throw shooter.
Yeah, 47%.
They need at least 1 here.
Bends at the knees, fires away.
Got
Got
it.
the first. Big pressure moment for Liam Sexton. And again, they pull everybody off the blocks. I think that is a genius move that Larry started doing with about 4 minutes to go in the game. Get everybody off the blocks, don't risk a foul, play defense. Sexton second is going to hit the side of the rim and come off. Johnson the rebound. 52-46. There goes Johnson down the lane, pulls it back to the corner. Fontroy 3-ball on the way. Long and rebound by Yeager. Tied up by Rozier.
And it's Trinity ball. It's Trinity ball.
And the arrow is going to favor the Shamrocks with 43.2 seconds left.
It's like Trinity's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Larry Kostelak. 43.2 ticks to go for a state championship for Larry Kostelak and the Trinity Shamrocks as they lead at 52-46. And again, this would be their 3rd state championship, the first in 23 years.
This is their 7th appearance in a state final. They're 2-4. Larry Kostlik, one of the great coaching legends in Pennsylvania high school basketball.
Over 800 wins in his career. Made the state championship game in 1989, his third year at the helm of Trinity. 1992, I believe a Matt Walker team in 92. Matt Walker is one of the best to ever play at Trinity for the boys program.
Trinity has 2 timeouts left. West Catholic with 1.
And the great run in the early 2000s in 01, 03, and 04. And then it was until 2019 that they didn't get back here. And that is one of the best state title games of all time. Chance Westry put on an all-time performance in that game for Trinity and missed that 3 at the buzzer. That would have helped his team. 43.2 seconds left. 52-46 Trinity. Yeager to inbound it, far end. Trinity operates from left to right.
Got to get the ball to Steele. They're double teaming him. There he is.
He comes off the defense up ahead to Lewis.
Smart.
Lewis will pull it back, and it's poked from behind by Fontroy, who lays up after the knocked it out of bounds with 37 to go.
Good decision by Fontroy. Lewis is a 70% free throw shooter. He didn't foul him. He just knocked the ball out.
So we'll reset. Yeager to inbound to our right. We're across from the bench with 37.6 left.
No, the officials are not allowing the substitution here for West Catholic.
Yeah, they've sent Rozier back to the bench. Liam Sexton goes to the scorer's table. He will check in at the next whistle. There we go. There is the whistle, and they get him in place of Robert Lewis. So it's Steele, Smith, Craig, Sexton, and Yeager. Again, the starting 5 for the Shamrocks.
Got to get Steele the basketball here.
They go in the backcourt, and they do. Johnson comes up to meet him. He gets by Johnson. Steele runs into Ortiz Muhammad, and there's the foul with 31.9 to go, and Steele back to the line for 2, which would make it a 3-possession game.
That flurry in about 10 seconds when Steele made a steal, dunked, and then he made 2 free throws on the next trip to put Trinity up 7. Really, that's been the difference here in the fourth quarter, and he misses the first.
Steele missed the front end.
He needs this one. This is the one you need.
This still would make it a 3-possession game, so this is the key one with 31.9 to go.
Here's another thing. Trinity with just 2 team fouls. So let's see if they they have 2 to give. Let's see if they use them.
Coming up after the game in our post-game show, we'll have an interview with a player from the winning team as Steele missed both. It's still
huge.
2-possession game. Johnson to Farlow.
They gotta hurry.
Back to Johnson. Farlow, open 3. Got it! Yes, he did! It rolled around the rim forever and then finally fell with 20.6 left. It cuts it to 3 at 52-49. And a little bit of a tense atmosphere starts to creep into the Giants Center.
Trinity just 4 of 11 on its last 11 free throws here in the fourth quarter. They could have put this baby away.
And 17 of 26 for the game. That is 65%, and on the season, that's still 3% better than what they shoot on average.
Yeah, all Steele had to do there was make 1 of 2, and he missed both.
Well, now
he's their best free throw shooter. But
now you must get it in his hands, and he must make 1 of 2 at least.
Yeah, it's since the 3-point opportunity by Craig scored on the break. He missed. Then Smith missed 2. Steele made 2. Yeager made 1 of 2. Sexton made 1 of 2, and Steele just missed 2. So 4 for 11 here down the stretch from the line for Trinity, or else the Shamrocks could have put this away.
So here we go, 20.6 to play for the state title in Class 3A. 52-49 Trinity. Yeager to inbound.
And that's what West Catholic is doing, exactly what I would do. Double team Steele.
You know they have to try to get the ball to him. And he does shake loose. Yeager.
You got to foul him.
Yeah.
He almost had a turnover there.
Yeager lobs it down the floor to Lewis. Lewis misplayed it but kept it alive.
Oh!
Gets it back to Steele. They throw it out of bounds with 9 seconds to go.
Wow.
West Catholic is going to have a shot here with 9 seconds to play.
And West Catholic has no timeouts left. Wow, it's going to come literally down the last possession here. They have fouls to give, don't forget.
West Catholic committed its 5th foul with over 4 minutes to go.
And that's what they're signaling, just a foul. And there's a foul by Smith.
Yep.
And they still have another foul to give before they go to the line.
4.8 left. Tighten up the defense on the inbound. Larry Kostelak's going to call a timeout. You can also, at this point, foul before the inbound just to see what they're setting up, too. And then
I think they want time off the clock.
I agree with you.
4.8 seconds. And, I mean, Larry Kostelak Jr. and the third were signaling the foul.
So with 4.8 seconds left.
Even if you get to 5 fouls, you have a 3-point lead.
Correct.
You could commit 2 more fouls in 4.8 seconds.
Yeah, Trinity is sitting at 3 fouls right now. 4.8 seconds left. The 3A title hangs in the balance.
A lot of nervous Shamrocks fans here behind us.
Boy, you could hear the collective "oh no" in this crowd. Serious Mr. Bill moment here in the Giant Center crowd.
Great persistence and resilience by the West Catholic Birds, because their best player fouls out with 1:35 left and down 7, and they've come back and they have an opportunity to send this game into overtime.
Without their best player, yes. Kingston Wheatley fouled out a couple minutes ago. And again, they got to the 5-foul limit with over 4 minutes to go. And they've had to survive this whole time.
Trinity fans all standing up here inside the Giant Center.
It'll be Ortiz Muhammad to inbound it. They get it to Rozier. They got to hustle. Ortiz Muhammad.
No, too much time.
Farlow for the tie. It's short, and Trinity has won the Class 3A state championship by a final of 52-49. As the Shamrocks go nuts, and they will run over to the student section at the far end and celebrate with the students decked out in green and white.
And a lot of hugs for Larry Kostelak Jr. He's waited 23 years to get his 3rd state title and does it today against West Catholic with a 52-49 win.
Trinity celebrates en masse as West Catholic lines up. Nick Smith emotional on that side. Here come the team again as Sexton will lead the handshake line. A valiant effort by West Catholic, who had to go a chunk without Kingston Wheatley. But it is the Trinity Shamrocks who get their 3rd state title. A team, according to Larry Kostelak, that no one expected to be in this position, and they are here and they win the state title today.
Except him and them.
That is correct. Knowing, and he told us before the game today when they played in that Hoop Fest in Philly over the summer, he said, we pulled back into the school, we let the team out. I went into my office and I said, we have a chance to do something. And it's been all about that the whole way through. What a game here this afternoon. West Catholic ends up shooting 39%. Trinity 55% from the floor. They were 9 of 12 in the second half.
A lot of tense moments down the stretch. Marcus Yeager imploring the fans to cheer. But wow, what a finish. Trinity, nail-biter, holds on for the 3-point win.
Dre Steele with 18 points to lead the Shamrocks. Yeager 15 and Nike Craig with 10. Dre Steele 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Trinity, though, goes 8 of 15 in the 4th quarter. But they clinch this thing and have to hang on, but they do clinch this thing. Great game for Wheatley, who finished with 15 points and 6 rebounds.
They also shortened their head coach's life by a few years.
Yeah, we will get Dre Steele here in a little bit to come over and talk with us as they award the medals. And what we'll do now is we will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have our post-game show from the floor here at the Giant Center. A thriller here today, won by Trinity 52-49 over West Catholic as the Shamrocks win their state title, the 3rd state title in school history. Congratulations to Larry Kostelak and his staff and the Shamrocks as they win a classic. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
The PIAA is honored to have St. Luke's University Health Network, a nationally recognized entity in sports medicine, as the official medical provider of the PIAA Championships. St. Luke's University Health Network is a top 100 major teaching hospital which provides care to athletes ranging from youth sports to professional athletes in Pennsylvania. St. Luke's Sports Medicine offers comprehensive athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. St. Luke's is proud to have been chosen to support the Champions of Pennsylvania as the official medical provider of the PIAA Championships.
The PIAA is proud to use Wilson basketballs for athletes to perform at their best. They require the best. For over 100 years, that's what Wilson has delivered. Wilson is the best-selling high school basketball and the official basketball of the NBA and NCAA March Madness. Learn more at wilson.com.
Fans, you can have it in white, chocolate, strawberry, or practically any flavor you like. It's the beauty of milk, and no other drink quenches a king-size thirst like milk. After practice, reach beyond the colas and other drinks and get your hands on a tall, cold glass of milk and enjoy. Whole milk, whole nutrition. The PIAA thanks the Allied Milk Producers of Pennsylvania for supplying our athletes with delicious chocolate milk for their bus rides home after today's championships.
Right now, PIAA fans can save big on Big Ten Plus. Stream the 2026-2027 Big Ten men's and women's basketball with 2,700 more events across the Big Ten this season. Go to BigTenPlus.com and make sure you enter the code PIAABB when selecting an annual pass at checkout to secure 1 year of Big Ten Plus for only $30, a $60 value.
You are listening to the PIAA Basketball Championship on the PIAA Radio Network. Welcome to the PIAA Radio Network Postgame Show. With a recap of the championship game, here's Eric Thomas.
Back here at Giant Center, Eric Thomas, Rich Garcella with you. Trinity wins it this afternoon 52-49 to get their third state title in program history and their first since 2003. And they are going to get their medals here. Let's talk a little bit about rebounding here. Larry Kostelak said defensive rebounding. They win that battle 18-13. You brought up the point early in the game about second chance points. That ends up evening out 8-7, yeah. Still in favor of West Catholic, but 8-7, and Trinity points in the paint destroyed West Catholic 32-20, and points off turnovers 17-5 in favor of the Shamrocks.
And most of that is from Andre Steele's penetration and their scoring in transition. They got layups. They scored. They attacked West Catholic. A couple times, remember, Marcus Yeager went right at Kingston Wheatley in the first half. But no, Larry said to me, we have to rebound, we have to take care of the ball, and we have to dictate pace. They had just 11 turnovers compared to 15 for West Catholic. They lost the rebounding battle 24-23, but he'll take that. And they did dictate the pace. They were, I just said to you during the break, they were the more athletic team. I think they scored at will in transition on the break and beat West Catholic down the floor quite a bit.
Steele, Craig, and Yeager in this contest combined to shoot 14 of 22 from the floor.
And they were getting not easy shots, but close shots.
Yeager finishes with 15 points and 5 rebounds and 2 steals. Craig with 10 points, 3 rebounds and 2 steals. And Steele with 18 points, 2 rebounds and 3 assists. He also had a steal. And those guys all played. Yeager 32 minutes, Steele 30 minutes, and Nike Craig 25 minutes. And Nick Smith, he doesn't get a lot of credit, but Nick Smith and Larry Kostelak told us this today because we asked him point blank, will Nick Smith guard Kingston Wheatley? And he said, he's a little too big for Nick to guard, but we have to throw anybody we can at Wheatley. Smith did an excellent job. He guarded Johnson. He guarded Wheatley. He guarded everybody.
But it was the zone. It was the zone. Larry played zone all game, the 3-2 and the 2-3. And that switch to the 2-3 late in the second quarter took away the three-point shots for West Catholic. West Catholic had 7 threes. They just had 1 in the second half until that late one by Farlow that had created some anxious moments here for the Trinity fans.
You start thinking about these two teams and what the future holds for them. Johnson, Rozier, Ortiz Muhammad, and Farlow are all underclassmen for West Catholic. Wheatley obviously is going to go on to Florida Gulf Coast University after this season. For Trinity, Steele is a junior, Craig is a sophomore, Smith is a junior. They do lose Sexton and they do lose Yeager, but they also bring back some of the depth on this team too. Robert Lewis is a senior, but they'll have somebody. Kevin Kerstetter is a junior. Cole Felician is a sophomore, so there is still – we might not have seen the last of these two in the state championship. That's a big replacement for Wheatley over there for West Catholic, but I don't know that we've heard the last of these two in a battle for the championship.
And they gave us some great entertainment today. Just a fantastic 3A boys championship game.
Yeah, it really was. As Trinity goes off to celebrate, we will try to get a player over here. We're going to either try to get Marcus Yeager or Dre Steele to come over. And Steele in this tournament, if you have to vote for an MOP in the tournament, Dre Steele had 83 points coming into this game in 4 PIAA tournament games. And now he's over 100, 101. And he also has buried 31 field goals in this tournament in 5 games. He is a special, special talent for this Trinity team. Just a junior at 6 foot. Larry says he may grow some more. And he is only the 4th player in school history to start every game since his freshman year. That's going to carry over to next year for sure. That young man is, without question, I believe you also get an opportunity to vote for the All-State team. He is, without question, going to be – it's going to be tough for me to say he is not one of the 2 or 3 best players in the state of Pennsylvania at the 3A level.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He just – his quickness surprised me because, I didn't know – until you see the two teams on the floor, you don't know how quick they are and how they match up against each other. Trinity's athleticism really stood out today. They were able to get many transition baskets and beat West Catholic down the floor quite a few times.
Going to get a player interview over here momentarily, and again, either Dre or Marcus Yeager. I don't care which one.
Yeah, we don't care.
Just give me one of those two guys, because Yeager is the fiery leader of the team.
Yeager's the glue. He really is.
He really is the glue to this team.
Every important moment in the game, he was in the middle of it.
Yeah, and they have so much talent, and this team coming together and growing through the CYO level and getting to this point and losing their best player, Owen Schlager, to graduation. Just, the natural progression, graduating and getting out of school and getting on to the next level. And that young man is going to do some damage at Siena, too. He is going to be a good player depending on whether or not Jerry McNamara stays there or not. Maybe he follows GMAC if he goes somewhere else. Who knows? But Trinity posing for a team photo right in front of us, and then we'll try to get one of the players over here, Lindsey Barner from the PIAA, trying to help us out. As the Shamrocks, they'll take a bite of their gold medal. A well-deserved, well-earned gold medal for what is really the gold standard of District 3 basketball, and that's the Trinity Shamrocks.
Just such tremendous tradition and history at Trinity High School, and especially with Larry Kostelak Jr. Just, his good friend at Berks Catholic, Snip Esterly, I'm sure is happy for him. They've gone head-to-head quite a few times over the years, but they're good friends. They're, I think, 1 and 2 in District 3 championships.
Yeah, Snip is one of the all-time greats. You get to be around him a lot. You're lucky that you get to do that. We're going to get Marcus Yeager to come over here as soon as they're done with the photo. Some of the cheerleaders have come over. Just a good community with this Trinity program, too. And They've been through so much to try to get back to this point. It is, the one thing about 6 classes, we can debate that stuff all we want. And the public-private thing, we can debate that till we're blue in the face. But the one thing about it is it gets harder and harder to get back to these state championship games, I think, because the playing field is so even across the board now. We're going to have Marcus Yeager come on over here. Grab that headset right there, young man.
Congratulations, Marcus.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about what's going through your mind there when Dre tries to get that ball out of bounds. You guys seem to have this thing wrapped up, but then you had to sweat it out there a little bit. What's going on there at that point?
Yeah, we kind of gave him a little too much comfort going in, but I had no doubt that we were going to win this game coming into the second half.
How important was the zone to go from the 3-2 to the 2-3 and cut off their three-point shooting?
Yeah, I think the 3-2, we were kind of just opening up the middle too much, so we wanted to get a big in there just to, help the penetration so that our bottom wing guys could stop the threes in the corner.
And you did. You cut Johnson off from getting into the middle of the zone.
Yeah.
Marcus, just what does this mean to you as a senior? You're going on to play college football and at Richmond, but to win a basketball state championship as a senior, what does it mean to you?
There's no other feeling. I can't even describe how I'm feeling right now. My mind is just blank right now. Coach Kaz was really reminding me this whole postseason, the only game I haven't played in my high school career was the state championship. And just to let alone get here is a blessing, but winning it with this group of guys, I can't ask for any better feeling.
You got close in football, too.
Yep,
you guys got razor close to that in football. How special is it to go back-to-back football to basketball like that?
It just feels amazing. Trinity, I wouldn't want to be at any other school in the state. I just love it here. I love everyone. Everyone's just great people.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it's been like growing up with these guys and going through the program and having some of the same coaches and being under Coach Kaz, just growing with these guys the older you've gotten?
Yeah, I know a lot of people love to, diss on the private school, recruiting and all that, but little do they know I've been playing with half of this team since middle school. We train together every day before school, so just knowing the work we put in for years now, just getting to this moment, words can't describe how I feel and how proud I am of everyone.
Marcus, how good is Kingston Wheatley? And you challenged him a couple times offensively, but how good is he?
There's a reason why he's going to Florida Gulf Coast, man. He's a hard player to guard. He's really good.
Yep.
And when you guys were going to the line at the end, you missed 4 of your last 11 free throws. Was doubt creeping in at all?
It definitely concerned us, but in the locker room, when we came in the locker room at halftime, we were very poised. We came together. We knew when we believe we're a hard as you see, we're a hard team to beat. We came into the locker room at halftime. We just believed. We told everyone we believed in each other, and we just knew we were going to get the job done.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you so
much
much.
here in Richmond.
Good luck in Richmond.
Marcus Yeager, state champion with the Trinity Shamrocks. They win it here this afternoon, 52-49 over West Catholic, in a game that is going to go down in history as one of the best, certainly one of the biggest in Trinity history, but definitely one of the best 3A title games I know I've seen in a long time. That was a great game. Just dudes on the floor making play after play and fighting for that title.
Yeah, Marcus Yeager and Andre Steele, to me, were the differences in the game from a personnel standpoint. But I think the switch, Larry Kostelak's switch from the 3-2 to the 2-3 late in the second quarter, changed things defensively and really stifled West Catholic because they were struggling to solve that 2-3 zone, and just an outstanding performance. Marcus Yeager, again, I said it during the game, it's hard to believe he's going to play football at Richmond because he played so well today in a state basketball championship game.
He certainly did. That was a fun one to call. We hope you enjoyed it as well. Congratulations to both sides, but it's the Trinity Shamrocks who step up and win it when it matters most. 52-49 this afternoon. They knock off West Catholic, and they are your PIAA 3A state champions for 2025-26. 2 more games to go in championship weekend. Coming up at 6 o'clock, it is the girls 5A title game between Archbishop Wood and South Fayette, and then finally we close it out tonight with the 6A boys championship as Central Dauphin takes on Imhotep Charter. Christy and I will be back with you at 6. We'll talk to you then. We hope you enjoyed that one. Congrats once again to the Trinity Shamrocks and legendary head coach Larry Kostelak on their state championship. You've been listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
Thank you for tuning in to today's state championship game on the PIAA Radio Network. This broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, broadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the PIAA is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned for more state championship broadcasts on the PIAA Radio Network. And stay up to date with sports news all across the Commonwealth at PIAA.org. The preceding has been a presentation of the PIAA Radio